Merry Christmas everybody! Hope you get loads of awesome geeky and retro gaming presents. So from me at Tristabytes, have a good Christmas and New Year. Bye!
Hello everyone of Retrounlim and everyone who's watching this on Christmas Day and beyond. I hope Santa left you all a sizable deposit beneath the tree, and I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. That's it. That's all I've got to say.
Seasonal greetings, I am Dr. Dude and welcome to the annual Retrounlim video. It is Christmas Day 2018 and I've been asked to contribute to this video. As you know, my channel is primarily a Doctor Who related channel, and being a Doctor Who fan in 2018 has been trying at best. Two sides have formed. One side who are enjoying the new path that Doctor Who has taken, and those that haven't, and much bitching and infighting, etc., etc. has gone down. But it's Christmas. It's Christmas time. Mistletoe and wine. Children are singing Christian rhyme. There's logs on the fire, gifts on the tree. But it's time to rejoice in the good that we see. My message at this festive period of time is for us all to come together. Throughout this year, I have been guilty of basically taking the piss out of a lot of people. But at this festive period, we need to forget all our differences and come together in the brotherhood of man, or sisterhood of women, or whichever you seem to fall into. Go to your enemy. Bring him a nice glass of sherry and share a drink together. Forget your differences and rejoice. 2019, I hope, will be a better year, of course. We only have one episode of Doctor Who in 2019, and then not another series until the early days of 2020. So maybe we can agree to disagree. I hope you and your family have a wonderful Yuletide. I hope that you get everything that you have dreamed of, and I hope that you can find peace and goodwill to all men, even Balstrick, at this Christmas time. I have been Dr. Dude. Somebody else is coming on now. More than likely video games based. Unfortunately, the 90s video game dude I haven't seen in a long time. He lives under a bridge somewhere. But I shall be taking him some soup and a crust of bread to help him through the colder winter months. I've been Dr. Dude, and I shall see you sometime in the future.
Hello everyone, this is Lawnboys Post 1975. At this festive time of year where we celebrate the birthday of the little baby G-Bus, I would like to take a moment of my time to wish you all a very sincere Merry Christmas and a happy and prosperous New Year. That is, unless you haven't been a good boy and girl and you made the naughty list. If you made the naughty list, then tough shit, that's on you, but everybody else, happy Christmas, and I hope your New Year is absolutely fantastic.
Hey everybody, it's G from G to the Next Level here, and I just wanted to wish everybody at Retrounlim.com a very happy holiday season. I hope you're spending a great time with your wonderful loved ones, your friends, your family. Eat lots of great food, turkey, ham, whatever you prefer. And yeah, I just hope you all have a great holiday, and see you all in 2019. Take care, everybody.
Hello, I'm J Elton Six Gaming, and what? All right, aye. What? Shut up. If you think you can do any better, come over here and do it instead of looting ships and drinking grog all the time. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, I'm Random Metal Geek, formerly known as J76 Gaming, and better known as John to my friends. And I just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas, all the Retrounlim crew. On behalf of everyone at Retrounlim, I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and look out for much more content from yours truly coming in 2019 under the new name of Random Metal Geek. I'm excited to get restart into all this YouTube lark and get back doing what I love doing most, and that's crappy videos. So Merry Christmas again, Happy New Year, drink and be merry. Bye.
Hi there folks, Mark Verheer here with a holiday, a Christmas video. Just a small video to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, hopefully enjoy a couple of days off work. Hanukkah is celebrated. You know, whatever your faith or lack of faith, I hope everybody has a great end of the year, and the new year will bring lots of good things. And yeah, this is just a small well wish from Lactobacillus Prime. Hope everybody has a great vacation, if they have vacation. I have to work at certain days, so but everything will be okay, I think. Bye.
Okay guys, here we are once again at Christmas time. I can't believe 12 months has gone past. I just want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for their continued support for my channel. It is really appreciated. As a lot of you may know, I've had kind of a sort of turbulent year, but I've managed to get out the other side, and that is in no small part thanks to all the friendship and support that you guys in this YouTube community has given me. So I just want to take this opportunity, guys, to wish every single person a very Merry Christmas, and obviously a Happy New Year. I hope 2019 brings everything that you want. So yeah guys, thanks for all the support and Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, it's Mark here from Maz Gaming. Just want to say a massive Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone in the retro gaming community, and especially the guys over at Retrounlim. Obviously, here's to a massive 2019 for everyone concerned, and I hope everyone gets exactly what they're looking for out of Christmas. And yeah, I'll see you all again very soon. Cheers.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Hello everybody, the Gaming Muso here. Just want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas and an even happier New Year. To all of the guys at Retrounlim and the entire internet, I hope you get brought lots of brilliant presents and drink copious amounts of alcohol and eat many turkeys. Is that right? Yeah, brilliant.
Hi, it's Pete, aka on a Retro Tip here, wishing everybody a great Christmas. So Steve, all the rest of Retrounlim, everybody who watches, and everyone on YouTube, have a very Merry Christmas and a great New Year.
Hello, I'm Neil at Retro Man Cave.
And I'm Mark from Mark Fixes Stuff.
And we want to wish everyone at Retrounlim a very happy Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Hello everyone, It's Savage here from the Savage Gaming Show. I'd just like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope you all have a great time.
Hey everyone, it's Scott here from Scott's Game Asylum. I wanted to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and all that bollocks. Hope you get all the tat that you always wanted in under the tree and all that shit. And yeah, hope to see you in 2019. I am fucking exhausted because my IRL job is killing me, but I continue to work on videos. Well, when I'm not procrastinating making these little things for Steve and the stream, which I'm not on. So hopefully I'm getting paid for this, by the way. Anyway, Merry Christmas and all that shit.
G'day, Brian here from Synth Spaces, and this is a message to everyone at Retrounlim.com and all our viewers. I just wish you a happy Merry Christmas here from Sydney, Australia, and I hope you guys are keeping warm. I know we are. It's going to be about 32 degrees tomorrow and 34 degrees out west here in Sydney. So we're going to be, yeah, we're not going to have any need for a fireplace here in Sydney. But anyway, I hope that 2019 is an awesome year for everyone. I know that 2018 has been a spectacular year for me. And I hope to see more of you in 2019. Bye, guys. Merry Christmas.
Hey YouTube, Electric Adventures here with a quick video to all my YouTube friends out there around the world to make sure that you have a wonderful Christmas and New Year holiday period, that you get to spend lots of time with your family and friends, and of course enjoy some retro and modern games, retro being my preference. Just hope everybody out there stays safe, has a wonderful holidays, and is well and happy. So just a really quick note, and I will see you in another video soon.
Hey guys, this is Tyler Esposito, the creator of My Retro Life, viewable right now on Pixel Game Squad. I just want to say Merry Christmas on behalf of Retro Unlimited and Pixel Game Squad and the My Retro Life show. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. What do you think, Hallie? From my family to yours.
Merry Christmas!
Hi, I'm the Highlander, and I would like to wish everyone, and especially those who for whatever reason cannot be with their loved ones this year, a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Good morning, how are you? This is me, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'm here to say, vote for me as the new Prime Minister of Great Britain. I will sort the drone problem tomorrow. I will come for my Christmas holidays and personally pick those drones out of the sky and crush them with my bare hands. Anyway, I'm here to say Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good Retrounlim Live, because this is the Christmas special of your favorite internet live stream. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad, Frohe Weihnachten, and whatever language you speak, Merry Christmas. Oh, and don't forget, Terminator 6 is coming out next year, so watch it in the cinemas.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
2, 1, 0.
I think we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you're hearing lots of woos, you're hearing lots of woos. I will introduce everybody, but I am DJ Slope from Slope's Game Room, and I am hosting the 59th Retro Unlim, the Christmas special. It's definitely not the 21st of December today, guys. It is, what, is it Christmas Eve or New Year, on Christmas Day? I don't know.
Day. Happy Christmas.
It's Christmas Day. Yay! Yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yay.
You can tell that. I mean,
I'm all stuffed full of meat. I'm happy.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Christmas spirit. And as it is definitely not It's definitely not the 21st of December. I don't have 99,796 subscribers. I've definitely hit 100,000 subscribers. So yay, go me! Yay! But no, stop it, guys. Stop it. It's not all about me. It's not all about me. It's about you. You guys. We're all losers here. So let's all introduce ourselves. Starting with the man. Started with the man that's puffing his naughty cigarette. That's not quitting. That's not quitting. Who are you?
Well,
And
I think you should take a look at the lady over there for talking about smoking.
Oh, no, we'll get to the real dirty. So, introduce yourself, fellow Pac-Man lover.
Yes, yeah. Well, got, you know, a bit of pack. We all like a bit of pack, don't we? So, yes, Merry Christmas, everyone, on this lovely, fine Christmas Day 2018. I am Novabug, as you probably don't know, because I'm in a company of very, very well-known YouTubers here. So I'll just tip my bobble hat and say, carry on.
Well, actually, Novabug, you get a mention, very brief mention, in my next little product review, which I think is actually going to be my next video. Very, very brief. Your name gets mentioned within the first couple of minutes of the video. There's not a kick scammers. You're lucky. You're lucky.
What did Frankie Howard say? Ooh, name dropper.
Yep, you are definitely getting name dropped. But it's enough about you, Novabug. It's not all about you. Let's move over to the next couple we have here. A couple of ladies in the stream. We have Kim and Sophia.
Hello. Hi.
Dirty smokers. Dirty smokers.
I'm Kim Justice. Yes, for the dirty smokers. Yeah. I'm Kim Justice. You've known me from various things, I'm sure. I've been on these streams before, and they're usually pretty well organised, aren't they? I mean, 'cause, as you'll know, it's definitely Christmas Day, and I'm not streaming live right now on my channel. I'm actually in two places at once, aren't I? And this is Soph, my lovely girlfriend. And we had our second channel, Kim and Sophia, which you might know, where we do various vloggy things from time to time when we can get together.
Yes, it's always good to give yourself a bit of a break from the retro gaming video making, I like to think. So yes, go check out Kim and Sophia's second channel.
Yes,
absolutely. But it's not all about you, Sophia and Kim. Why do I keep calling you Sophia? It's not all about you guys, because we're going to move over to Samuel and Victor.
Hello, I'm Samuel Victor, and I run a channel called Pixels Limited, and I'm fairly sure that I'm here because of some horrible error, because I'm nowhere near important enough to be here, but I'm really excited, so I'm going to make the most of the opportunity. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, yes. But it's not all about you, Samuel Victor. We're going to move over to, is it Richard? Is it Top Hat? We'll see. We'll see who it is. We'll see who it is. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am the Top Hat Gaming Man and the creator of Richard, reportedly also the most evil man on all of YouTube. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You got any new games coming this Christmas? Because I mean, you've pretty much got them all, haven't you?
I don't know if you've been following my channel recently, but
I have. I know you said you've stopped, but come on. There's got to be something.
I really have. I've not made a procurement in 6 weeks. And I am now 30% towards the financial target I'm trying to hit to support myself with a cushion when I choose to go full-time on YouTube like yourself.
You see, what's going on here is if you said that to a group of, like, I don't know, girlfriends or nannies or mums or something like that, they'd all be like, clap, clap, clap. But you're just telling that to a load of retro collectors, so they're all just like, what?
What's happening?
What's going on? What's happened to this guy? He ain't a real gamer.
I want to live a life full of meaningful experiences rather than short commercial gains.
The issue is, what Top Hat is not telling us is that he's found a very careful loophole. And earlier today, I saw his wife tweeting about buying 2 games. Yeah.
Oh, doing it. So in your Top Hat house, your gaming house, you don't have gaming rooms, you have a gaming house.
I do, yes.
Mansion. Gaming mansion. Gaming mansion.
Your wife's channel is Lady
Decade.
Lady Decade. Make sure you go and subscribe to Lady Decade. Does Lady Decade have her own gaming room or or is it just a gaming shelf at this point?
No, she has her own gaming room with nice wooden panels, so it's nice.
Yeah, I'm imagining all the games are in blockbuster cubes or something like that.
Yeah, although apparently it's one huge conspiracy that she's my wife, and that was a big secret what no one was supposed to know.
Ah.
Right. Even though you tweeted about it yourself.
Apparently, yes. Apparently.
But it's not all about you, Top Hat. Just
no, I'll tell you what, it is, because I was actually looking forward to Top Hat's review of Hospital Tycoon. Coming up soon, hopefully.
I don't know. I think it needs to be cancelled altogether.
We need to move on. And we're going to move on to our next and final for the moment contestant. I was going to say I'm still in that blockbuster mind frame. To our final person in this little call and our little Christmas chat who's decided to move away from all of his family on Christmas Day and join us instead. Please introduce yourself.
All right, guys, it's Mr. Zypho here. Merry Christmas. And I'm known as the Amstrad guy on YouTube, next of course to Mr. Novabug. And today I'm trapped inside an Amstrad. And there we go. And
a back to front Amstrad as well.
Is it back to front on the screen?
Yeah, it might not be back to front for the
Oh, I don't know. But since it's Christmas, we'll get some snow going there.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. We can even put a bit of a winter background if we want to. But there we go. So, yeah, thanks for having us, guys. Second time on this chat, and it was really good fun last time. And looking forward to the interesting questions from our veritable host, Mr. Slopes, tonight.
Questions. I'm making this up on the spot. I'll tell you what, you could probably drop a good amount of snow on an Amstrad CPC before it breaks. So,
It's a giant brick and beast of a machine.
I remember I was poking an HP pencil through one of the vents and then accidentally pushed it too far, and it's still in there to this day.
Oh my god!
So, I was going to say to Kim,
someone's got their Amstrad out. Sorry, Samuel there.
Yeah, I'm just saying that they're pretty solid.
Yeah.
Don't do
that to it. Don't do that to it. Don't do that. We'll come round your house and hunt you down.
Anybody want that Novabug's family and his friends, but leave the Amstrad out of this.
I've used that CPC as a cricket bat before. It works fine still.
Well, I have issues after seeing Kim's video. I have issues with Mr. Hare about using the Amstrad for cricket bats.
Oh yes,
that's it. That's
so
yeah, Amstrad.
Yeah.
May or may not have been inspired by Digitizer.
Once upon a time, I did like Cannon Fodder and Sensible Soccer, but now
I did have to put in a bit of an apology to you and Zypho in that video. Just like, I know this is going to hurt.
Yeah. So when it comes down to Amstrad CPC and even more Amstrad goodness, we go GX 1000 and the rest. We have the absolute godfathers of YouTube.
Can I just say, I also
thank you.
Owned an Amstrad.
You also own an Amstrad, Sophia. That is good. I think everyone in this chat probably looking at everyone. I think everybody has actually.
I have an Amstrad Spectrum. So.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
To be fair, the Amstrad Spectrums are pretty good cricket bats as well. So
yeah, for a short hit, you get a 4 with one of those. You get a 6 with a 464.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
Yeah. Got any good memories on the Amstrad CPC, Mr. Top Hat?
I have plenty. It was my first ever system. So
Yay. Yes, absolutely.
Man after my own heart.
As we are all Amstrad owners, I think we should all talk about our Amstrad Christmas memories. Has anybody out there remember any Christmas games or games they got for Christmas for their Amstrad systems? It doesn't have to be the CPC. We can move into the GX or something like that.
I actually got my Amstrad for Christmas.
Okay, wow.
1986, and I remember playing Harry Attack on it. And everyone I mean, if you look back at Harry Attack, it looks like a really crap game, but there was something really addictive about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's one of the games everyone had.
Spectrum. Amstrad, well, I didn't get my Spectrum for Christmas, my Plus 2A. I think as far as games go, I mean, I got a lot of Spectrum games like when I was very young. WWF WrestleMania was one, actually, that I remember getting for Christmas, which is it's quite a late Spectrum. I think it's like 1991, and it was on, it's probably on CPC as well, and Amiga, and it is terrible. It's like, if you've ever played a WrestleFest, it is like a completely broken utterly naff version of WrestleFest where you can only play as Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, or the British Bulldog. And and you can do like about 2 moves.
It's actually graphically, it's not too bad though.
Graphically, it's fine. Even on the Spectrum, it's fine. But the gameplay, oh god.
Yeah, it's pretty dull.
It's one of those. It's one of those Ocean classics, you know. From their
I remember the cutscenes where you could choose the dialogue between the characters.
Yes, you'd have like a promo battle, and you can choose different bits of dialogue, and you get an appropriate response. That was the best thing about it, really. It should have just been accidentally playing the game.
Absolutely, I remember seeing at a local fun fair the Turtles arcade game, the classic Turtles arcade game that everybody loves. I remember seeing that and then playing it on the NES, thinking it's the exact same version as the one I played in the arcade. And then my parents buying me the Turtles game for the Amstrad, and for some weird reason, because it was months later, I thought it was the same game again. So I remember getting that. I remember getting is it the Mega Games 2, which is the Gremlin pack? Was it called Mega Games?
Novabook, I'll hand that over to you.
What's that? Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
The Gremlin packs that used to get. Was it called Mega Games 2? Oh, because it's not Mega Games. That was the Mega Drive collection. So it was called something like that. It was called. It was basically a collection of games like Jack the Nipper and their Thing Bounces Back.
They used to be called like 4-in-1 and things like that.
Yeah. Well, I remember getting that, but I mean. The thing with Amstrad, they were so bloody cheap. You'd buy them with your pocket money, wouldn't you, down Boots or whatever. They weren't really big Christmas things, you know.
The Hit Squad, budget stuff, Elite, and loads of that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What about you, Samuel Victor? Got any good Amstrad CPC Christmas memories?
I didn't get an Amstrad CPC until many years later, about '94. I bought a second-hand one, but I do remember one Christmas, my cousin James got a Amstrad with a green screen for Christmas.
Yay!
Very excited to play on it. Played Roland on the Ropes mostly, which I love that. To be honest, back then I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Roland on the Ropes was my first ever Amstrad game I ever played, so I loved that to bits. And I got very, very scared by the skeletons and mummies on level 3, I think it was. I got so scared I had to turn off the Amstrad. I was only about 7.
It was that convincing.
I remember actually seeing an NES. And as a kid, you think bigger sprites are better. You know, it makes for better games. I remember seeing Final Fight and thinking it was better than Streets of Rage very briefly. I mean, they're still both brilliant games. But I remember seeing the original Mario on the NES, which is definitely a better game than Roland on the Ropes. But in my mind, I'm like, look at the crap NES graphics compared to this amazing Roland on the Ropes graphics that you got over here. You know, yeah, I've got a soft spot for Roland on the Ropes. I love
it. Makes me feel like Benny Hill's Madcap Chaser, like some like the Domino's games on Spectrum.
You know the depressing thing about that is that some people in the modern gaming sphere still consider graphics more important than gameplay.
They do indeed. They do indeed. And we are getting to a point now where I do believe a good amount of retro style games, you know, you got your Metroidvania games are always coming out at the moment. All these classic games, they're basically as good as they will ever look. You know, I don't think they're ever going to make a cartoon game that looks better. You'll have ones on par to things like Cuphead and, you know, stuff like that. The games are looking as good as they possibly can ever look, which I know you say every single generation, but I think we are officially there for those style of games at least.
Can I just ask Novabug and sorry, I can't pronounce
Zypho?
Yeah, you can call me Al if you want to.
They're the Amstrad hardcore. Did you ever buy Dempsey and Makepeace?
No.
Now, there's a reason I'm asking you this because it's only exclusively made for the Amstrad CPC.
Yeah, we saw this on a video today. Chinivision.
Chinivision, yeah.
Oh my brilliant channel.
That's actually
amazing channel. And he said like there was a Dempsey Makepeace planned for all like the micros, but it was only released for Amstrad and it looked atrocious.
I'm just looking at the screenshots now. What? Oh dear, it does not look good.
I'm having a look now, actually. Yeah, no, that's one that's passed me by as well. I wouldn't have even thought that would have been passed to.
Yeah, I'd never heard of it until I saw Chinny's thing pop up on Twitter. I was like, "What? Is that a thing?"
Yeah,
Chinny is one of the best channels on YouTube. It doesn't matter what ones you're into. Like, it's a channel that everyone needs to subscribe to. Brilliant channel. Brilliant.
He agrees with me and Al that Pang's best home port is on the GX4000.
It's a really good port. It's I think it's like as you. I was talking to you, Sifo.
Yeah.
I mean, my favourite GX1000 game is RoboCop 2, but yeah, Pan's not far away. It's decent.
It's a really good version of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just really easy to pick up and play, of course, as well. So, like, my kids will play on Pang, but if I give them RoboCop 2 on the GX4000, they're just like they give up after 30 seconds. It's just too difficult, too difficult, and they're back on Fortnite. So, but Pang, they'll play for a good 10, 20 minutes. So yeah,
my son, being only 3-year-old, is actually still quite into like the I think around the 8-bit generation of games and up. You know, I give him something like, or get him to watch something like Donkey Kong, and he understands what's going on, and he thinks it's really exciting, and he's, oh my god, jump over the barrel and all this other stuff. So he gets really into it. But the other day I gave him this, which is the Atari handheld console, and he literally had no idea what was going on, and instantly gave it back to me, and it was the first time he's ever said, I don't like this.
Oh god.
You know, but I mean,
Dad, you're old. Yeah.
To be fair, most Atari 2600 games are incredibly abstract. You have to have a lot of imagination to be able to guess what's going on. Yeah,
you need the knowledge that there was, well, at the time that was the best there was.
Yeah. At home, yeah.
I'll tell you
So,
the most,
yes.
I'll tell you the
So,
most
yeah.
abstract game for the Atari was Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Really, I mean, believe it or not, this was towards the end of the Atari's life, and they released it, and this was the first time there was like an outcry about violence in video games.
Yeah.
And you look at it now and you go, what?
Yeah, Octavius did a really good video on that with Gaming Muso, was like a guest appearance on her channel. It was a really funny video, really good.
Yeah, I saw that.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, guys, we all love the Amstrad, and we all love our old home computer consoles where you have to fill in the graphical failures with your own imagination, you know.
Yeah.
But let's move it up to nowadays, because you know it's not all about retro gaming, even though we are all retro game collectors. I'm not looking at you there, Top Hat, Mr. Giving up on the retro gaming scene.
I'm not giving up. I'm just playing all the games for free going forward.
Nice.
Dan,
guys in the chat.
I got a compilation for Christmas.
You've got one coming, have you?
No, I know. You were talking about Christmas Amstrad gifts, and I got a compilation for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was 1990, so it was after that I got the GX4000. And it was, and Al will know this one, I think many of the others will know as well. It's a compilation that you don't see often build around a lot, and it was called The Biz.
The
Biz?
That rings a bell.
B-I-Z?
I've heard
it
of
had
that.
R-Type on it. It had Operation Wolf on it, I believe. It had Amstrad. It had Batman: The Cape Crusader on it. And I can't remember what the fourth game was.
Double Dragon, Batman, Cape Crusader, Operation Wolf R-Type.
There you go. Yeah, I got that.
Was that compo also on Spectrum? Because I swear I've heard of it.
I think it was. I think it was actually all for all three.
Yeah, it is on the Specky as well. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the biz standing for the business, as in these are the top games, the best games. Yeah.
Even though by far and away Operation Wolf was by far and away the best game on it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you know, all good to be honest.
That's good.
Yeah, that reminds me.
Yeah.
I was going to say that reminds me of my best. To answer Slip's question, my favourite Christmas for Amstrad, 1989, Batman the movie, and Ghostbusters 2. And I got a year later, then it was released, Operation Wolf. Those 3 games I got for Christmas, and that was like the best Christmas ever for me.
I got Batman the movie on tape for Christmas at '89 as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, so did I. I got it on videotape for '89 as well.
Hey!
And I don't want to brag, but I've got an international. I got an international version which didn't have a rating on it.
Ah. Ooh, very good. Well, in that case, if we're going to keep it Amstrad, we've got all these, the NES Mini, this Atari Mini thing as well, like I showed you, SNES Mini. What would we put on our Amstrad Minis, guys? Let's keep it. We could be here forever. Let's just choose 10 games. Just 10 games.
I'm going to go first.
Quick. Get Novabug. You start. You're the Novabug. Go on.
What would I put on it? I'm just trying to think whether I should go for my personal top 10 or 11.
No, you've got to choose the ones that everyone.
Or should it be better to do a cross section of what other people would like? I would say it was probably better to showcase everything that it can do.
Yeah.
So I would also include all like the homebrews that have come out since as well.
Ooh.
And if you do that, then I would have to put the two homebrews that I would put on it, and the two homebrews I've really enjoyed the most, that I think present the system in such a spectacular way, would be Baba's Palace.
Oh yeah, yeah. Guys, if you haven't seen that, you need to check that out. That's cracking.
incredible.
You can even get it on Play Store on your Android phones as well, so you can get the app quickly.
Yeah. So it's a single screen platform game, but it's graphically really good with great music. But the gameplay is pin sharp. It is really pin sharp. It's great stuff. And a second, go on then.
Sorry. Carry on. I've been waiting for
there, guys.
to open that up, but I've just decided I'd interrupt you and open it.
And a second one, I don't know whether Al would agree with this, but I like it because of its fluid movement, and you've never seen a bullet hell like this on the Amstrad, and that's Dragon Attack. I love Dragon Attack.
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, but you probably I don't know about Chibi Akumas. That's another bullet hell kind of game.
Yeah,
that's
but
impressive.
Dragon Attack doesn't suffer from the sort of, I know, because of all what's going on in Chibi Akumas, even though that's really sort of graphically integrated, I think the simplicity of Dragon Attack makes it much more fluid to play.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a much more pick up and play game to get.
So you've got
get
8
into.
games left, Novabug.
Outside of that, obviously Chase HQ, got to be.
Yeah.
Be. Gryzor, got to be.
Yeah.
Robocop, got to be.
Yeah.
Probably Batman the movie, the disc version, because it's better than the cartridge version. Much better, weirdly enough. I'd have Manic Miner on it, because Manic Miner is a classic game, and I think the Amstrad version is excellent on it. Fantasy World Dizzy 3.
Yeah.
It's the best Dizzy for me. And I think a lot of people think that it's the best Dizzy as well. A lot of people. How many have we got left?
I'm
not sure.
Oh no, you chose 2 already, so you got 2 left. Sorry.
2 left. To demonstrate that you can do scrolling on the system, Tornado low level.
Well, Bounder did it well, didn't they? Or did Bounder not do it well on the Amstrad? I can't remember which system it did do it well and what ones it didn't.
It was okay on the Amstrad. I can't remember it being spectacular on the Amstrad, but
I mean, you can do vertical scrolling, all right, couldn't it?
On certain, there's a really weird way you can do it.
Vertical scrolling, fine. Horizontal scrolling, yeah.
Well, the only game that actually does that is ZTB Mission
Genocide. Yeah, but you're limited to like 4 colours and sort of limited number of sprites you can put on there.
Manipulating the cathode ray tube chip, manipulating that and playing up to its strengths or something like that. It's a clever little thing, but not many people did. Only one person did it, in fact. But
last game, Novabug.
It's going to have to be the R-Type Easter egg remake.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Anyone got any? We won't go through 10 for everyone because we're literally just talking about this the whole time. Is there anything in particular people would add or take away? Or,
I mean, I agree with Novabug's list. I'll probably swap out Manic Miner for the Jet Set Willy version on Amstrad, because the Amstrad version of Jet Set Willy came out after the Specky and the Commodore 64 one, and it had like added rooms and like an improved engine or something like that. So it may well be the definitive version of Jet Set Willy. So I might replace Manic Miner with that. I might add in Island of Dr. Destructo.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
That's a superb fun little shooter. I'm not going to sit here describing it. You're just going to have to go and check it out on YouTube.
A lot of these games I've not played, if I'm honest. I mean, my memories are only the games I played at the time. So I mean, I would put things like Chase HQ, that would be on there. But I'd be putting obviously Roland on the Ropes. And
yes, I've played
that
as well.
That I would like. Fantasy World Dizzy, obviously. I'd want to see even though it's incredibly aged like quite badly, Thing on a Spring or Thing Bounces Back, I don't really care. Jack the Nipper. I want to see. I was obsessed with the game. I spoke to you about it the other night, Zypho. Boing with like 3 Gs on the end. It's just a game where you hold down a button and you bounce to the next ledge, and you got to get it. I played that all the time. There was probably other games. I played Turtles a bit, I suppose. Ghostbusters 2, I got really good at that, but I could only ever play the first level because the second side of the tape never worked. Captain America, the first Captain America game, I played that a lot. I mean, these wouldn't be on the list, but I think we're pretty much there. Anyone else want to add anything? Samuel, top hat?
Yeah, if we're going to include 6 128 games, then I would nominate Zypho. obviously, which is amazing. Saboteur 2 is very good. Super Cauldron is incredible.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And,
Prehistoric 2 maybe as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and P47 as well.
All these
Oh, yeah,
games
that's good.
I'd definitely be in the market for like a modern Amstrad.
It's not. It wasn't an Amstrad exclusive, but I'd nominate for my, because I remember playing this for hours and hours and hours. Xyvius.
Xyvius, yeah.
Xyvius, yeah.
And I always forget it, and you always remind me, Kim. What's that game? I always forget, the Gremlin game where you're like the ninja face down with the, where it's top down even.
Oh, Marauder or something? Or, oh.
No. Is it like Renegade or something like that?
Gremlin game.
Yeah, it's top down. There's like spikes where you can't go over.
I know.
You can go in different rooms. Either way, whatever that game is,
I
know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but I know.
I need to get the Gremlin book down. Look it up.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I'll find it and tell you.
And I was obsessed with Moonwalker. I still fucking adore that version of Moonwalker. I know everyone hates it, but I love it. Avenger, that was it. I loved Avenger. I played that a lot. And Yo-Yo Kung Fu, surprisingly, as well, even though it's nowhere near the best version. I played that a lot. Top Hat, got anything to add?
Yeah, some of the games I really enjoyed in my childhood was firstly Arkanoid, which I think colour-wise as well looks fantastic to this day.
Yeah, great version.
I also really enjoyed playing Who Dares Wins 2 a lot.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
And the third one I really liked, which doesn't really get talked about that much, I don't think, is, does anyone, I guess you're familiar with Electro Freddy? I think it's Electro Freddy it was called.
Yeah, it's one I never really owned or played, but I'm aware.
I assumed when I was a child I was playing as Rolf Harris trying to steal VCRs, but it turns out the sprite and it's actually meant to be Sir Clive Sinclair.
Oh, yeah. You're in a factory, like,
yes,
working with spectrums flying down or something like that.
Yeah. I didn't even know what a spectrum was at the time.
I mean, Amstrad CPC is such a blind spot for me. Like, I just didn't have it. I didn't have it at all. I really want to get one.
That's the same with me with the Spectrum, though. I don't know a lot about the Spectrum, believe it or not.
There's so many games that you just mentioned that I do not know this game at all. Like, especially that one with the Spectrums flying down. That's immediately got my brain like working. I think
we all have those voids in gaming. I've never understood the love of the N64. I know we're jumping well forward there, but minus one or two games, I've never ever been a fan of the N64. So
except for WWF No Mercy.
For me, the N64 is just a Mario Kart and a Mario 64 machine, and that's pretty much all I play on it now. Wave Race occasionally. Wave Race is great. But I mean, for me, it's worth owning just for Mario 64 because you can play it on anything. There.
Star Fox 64.
Yeah, like Lila World Star Fox is great. I think I actually prefer the original, the SNES one, though.
While we're talking about Nintendo, of course, one of the big things which happened this year is that Nintendo suing I Love ROMs.
Yeah.
And what's happened since?
All that bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. Indie Paradise is gone now.
Paradise as well.
Yeah. I've got a different take on this. Because I'm disabled, so I can only use one hand. Now I've got a special controller for my PC, right? So that I can play most games. Now, unfortunately, though, when it comes to console games, until recently with the Xbox releasing their Switch thing, but basically the only way for me to really be able to play games properly was through an emulator on my computer. Now I understand that Nintendo are well within their rights because they own the intellectual property, but really, I mean, what is the point of suing people who are basically, playing games for dead systems? Money.
Yeah.
Because as much as I, I'm definitely on your side. Like I would, every single one of us here when we stream games, we don't own every single game. That we stream. No way. It doesn't happen. Let's not beat around the bush there. But at the same time, Nintendo, like you say, are within their right. And obviously, it's sad with your disability. It's sad with your disability and stuff like that. But do you think, if put yourself in Nintendo's shoes, they should literally give everybody in the world free games to their entire back catalogue, which they are still selling, just for the incredible minority, which is yourself? I'm not saying, you know what I mean?
Objection.
Oh, top hat.
I think that Nintendo should just let people get on with it, for the fact that if they somehow did manage to obstruct every ROM in the world from being available online, then that would force people to have to go out there and buy expensive retro games that aren't available in ROM form. Therefore, they would lose ridiculous amounts of money, which people are wasting on retro games, rather than spending that money on modern Nintendo games.
Yeah, I think we found a good middle ground, without a doubt.
Most of these games you can only get by buying them second hand, and Nintendo don't make any money from that anyway.
That's the point. They don't make any money on the resale.
No.
So,
And I mean, well, 90% of the games on all old systems, like the rights for them are completely, well, no one knows who owns them.
Yeah, for me, it's about historic preservation. The whole point of the ROMs and stuff is making sure that these games will still be available in 100 years' time or whatever. You know, it's very irresponsible. I mean, in Nintendo, if they want to say, okay, we're currently selling a compilation of Super Mario Brothers games and Zelda games, so you can't have those. But for them to take down every single ROM and basically take down all these websites with them and just delete whole archives of stuff that's in the public domain and everything else is highly irresponsible, really, to be honest with you.
Well, Nintendo have always had a...
I do agree with that, yeah.
I mean, Nintendo have always had a very weird attitude to, like, things online anyway. I mean, are they still going after people on YouTube who put up YouTube videos of Nintendo games?
Well, allegedly not. They put out a statement about 2-3 weeks ago saying they weren't going to do that anymore. They have historically, yes.
Yeah. Well,
they're not going to anymore.
It's just a grey area that no one's really knows what this new grey area is. Like they don't want people to do those things where they literally do the entire game. You know, like essentially a long play. They don't want that, which I do agree with.
They said you can do a long play or a let's play as long as you add commentary to it. So you're talking about the game. They just don't want you to stream the game just as is.
Sam, was that
commentary?
Nintendo partnership or something like that?
They've cancelled the Nintendo partnership now. They've said they're cancelling the program. Anybody can show any Nintendo games, no matter what. They won't take any advertising revenue as long as you do something to the video, like if you're reviewing the game or make a commentary on it or something.
It sounds fair enough, but it's a step in the right direction for them at last.
Yeah.
It's always fascinated me how certain channels are very Nintendo focused. For instance, there's a channel called an American channel called PX Sparks, something like that. And it's a good channel. I mean, he does some great Mario Kart and Splatoon stuff. And you think, how is he doing this with this massively heavy Nintendo content? And he's like doing full gameplays and full live streams with all these like live Splatoon stuff and Mario Kart. And you think, he must have a deal with Nintendo to do this.
Yeah, they had a thing called the partner program that you could apply to join. And then they would give you permission to stream certain games, but it was mostly modern ones. So I never applied because I would be streaming retro stuff, and it was mostly modern stuff.
Well, I never bothered.
I think it's kind of funny that they've, I guess it's funny that they've done this like just before Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah.
That's
all over Twitch right now.
Leaks and stuff was terrible, obviously, but yeah.
Another point, they've given us permission to use their gameplay footage in videos, but did they have any right to stop anyone anyway? Surely that's a breach of fair use. But then to say, no, you're not allowed to do it.
Yeah,
obviously that's a case-by-case basis, isn't it? Like you say, if someone did upload the entirety of a game, especially a game with cutscenes, let's take like a Metroid Other M or something like that, which has an incredibly long storyline. They just play through the game as if it's a movie. Then essentially, what's different there than me, ripping Jurassic Park and uploading that,
I agree with you there, but did they not, from my experience anyway, sometimes you would have like 6 seconds of Nintendo footage in the video and then they would claim the whole thing.
Of course they did, and that's where they're wrong. That's where they've crossed the line. Yeah, I agree, yeah.
The fair use is interpreted different from publisher to publisher, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And of course, if certain government organisations get their way, then we'd all be screwed, you know? So,
I think we're all roughly on the same page. So should Nintendo send out some kind of, email to MU Paradise and go, we're about to release the NES Classic, get rid of these 50 games off your website or else, and then leave everything else.
But the thing is, Dan, Emo Paradise did not list Nintendo IPs anyways.
Yeah, like stopped listing like Mario.
Yeah, they took them down, but they've taken on them.
I wanted to make one other point about Emo Paradise. Remember when Metallica sued Napster, right? Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
Did that stop people, from sharing music files or video files? No.
No,
Yeah.
no, and then obviously that brings us into the into the world of Spotify and Google Music and God knows whatever else other platforms there are. Is that the future?
As somebody who was in the music industry for many years, I can say that Spotify did not pay enough money to make it worthwhile working in the music industry. Hence why I stopped.
Yeah.
So,
all the money now is in touring, isn't it?
Technically, it's a legal solution, but they pay almost nothing.
Dan, the point I was trying to make is that, bring it up, Pirate Bay, right? I know they keep trying to close it down, but they never will. They will always find a way around it.
I mean, you can still get loads of ROMs now. I mean, there's loads.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you will always find a way around it. But I mean, how many people here? I mean, if you spoke to me a decade ago, or even less than a decade ago, I would have had a PC full of possibly terabytes of music, but I don't have that anymore. I don't need it anymore.
No, that's
Spotify,
true.
you know what I mean? There's do people still here download MP3 albums? Okay, but I'm saying the vast majority of people, even people that don't have subscriptions, I know people from when I used to work in call centers. They used to download all their music from YouTube via MP3 converters. Or just listen to it streaming wise. I'm not saying anyone should do any of these things, but I'm saying all of these like you say, what Metallica did with Napster, and now what Nintendo is doing to YouTube. They lead people down these weird roads, don't they?
It's an interesting comparison with the Napster thing, because it's like, do you think Nintendo realize they're becoming like Metallica and getting like the bad publicity, like they're becoming the bad people, and angering?
It's hard, isn't it? Because I suppose Metallica are like one of the most ultimate like rock bands. If Metallica are playing at a festival, where it's going to be headlining, aren't they? And I suppose when Nintendo spoke about it, they're always going to be right at the top of the YouTube list, because there's so many hardcore Nintendo fans, probably over any other system or publisher.
Well, they always,
perhaps.
They always cling to that fallacy of they saved gaming, don't they?
Yeah. It's one of those classic cases of Streisand effect. I mean, Metallica was a big one in that. I mean, for years, not many people, like a group of people, downloading ROMs from Emu Paradise, Love ROMs, etc.
Cool ROMs,
all sorts. But not many. Probably not to the point where it was really potentially damaging.
Retrounlim.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
Formerly Retro.
But by kind of then going after these sites, Nintendo have managed to bring it more out into the open and kind of hoist themselves by their own petard.
I did see like loads of people on Twitter saying that they were just going and panicking and downloading like massive torrent files of every single ROM and saving them to hard drives. I was like, so definite Streisand effect. But I do think maybe this is why Nintendo, after all that bad publicity, just a couple of weeks later, Nintendo then did the whole making a big song and dance about, we're not going to sue YouTubers anymore. So maybe they were trying to get good publicity after that.
Good point.
That's music to my ears, because I know something like a Mario Kart Complete History will do fucking brilliantly on my channel, but I've just never done it because Nintendo,
Well, apparently you can now. So.
Well, even like Go 8-Bit on Dave, they couldn't do any Nintendo footage. Even a big show like that on Dave couldn't feature Nintendo. They didn't want to risk it.
They had a lot of Sega stuff, didn't they?
Yes.
Sega stuff. Sega easy. They just bent over.
I tell you what, I've noticed over the last 5 years. I mean, I know obviously I'm hardcore Sega. I always have been, but I've noticed over the last 5 years where the American gaming scene, for the vast majority, seem to be hardcore Nintendo. There seems to be a massive uprise of people that said I was all about Sega, and I don't know where they've sort of come from, but and there seems to be a lot of American people. I was a Sega kid, and it was so hard to find a YouTube channel, an American YouTube channel that would say they were a Sega kid, but now they seem to be popping up all over.
Sega's cooler. I think Sega's always been cooler, and even more so now.
They're rad.
Especially
They're
Nintendo
rad.
with what they've been doing, they're becoming like more and more like the fussy old men that are boring and want to slap people down on YouTube and downloading ROMs. They're cool.
I was about to say, you should ask Top Hat Gamer his opinion about Nintendo in America and about because didn't you do a video, Rich, where you basically made the point that Nintendo snuffed out the competition in the United States, supposedly the land of free enterprise and competition.
They did. They monopolised the market, and that's where people basically come up with the whole save the video game industry thing, isn't it? It was through their monopolisation in that region, after what I like to call the North American regional Atari crash.
Game over.
Very good.
I think making quality control on the games was important because Atari let that go completely.
No quality control on the
Yeah. So you got to give Nintendo that for to pinning down on the quality control. And if they, the biggest game company at the time in America, were doing that via whatever means they were doing, and I agree with you, Rich, they did do it with some underhand tactics. The thing is, they did get that quality control pinned down, and then all the other game companies turned around and said, "Well, we really should like make the games like decent." You know?
Yeah. It sounds like we're all ragging on Nintendo.
Lucky for all of us,
we're all
though.
Nintendo fans, really, aren't we? Let's be honest. I mean,
In the
Nintendo makes
mid-90s
some great games.
Yeah.
In the mid-90s, Sony saved the video game industry.
Yeah, I agree.
It's true.
Look at that smug smile. He's pissed off loads of people right now. That's what he aims to do. Is what he aims to do.
You could say that Philips saved the music industry by inventing the CD. Then.
Yeah. But one thing I just going back to like what Dan was saying before, like when you guys started on YouTube, like how many other people were doing what you guys were doing? Like when I started back in 2012, like as far as like American like Sega people, I can only really think of Joe from GameSack.
Yeah.
Back then.
I remember when I used to listen to was it the IGN people that are now kind of funny? Is it Greg that was a Sega kid? And everyone took the piss out of him because he was a Sega kid, like, you know what I mean? And now it's just not that anymore at all. It's not. It doesn't seem to be. It almost seems like I wouldn't go as far as 50-50, but it seems like Sega have started to really push themselves up a bit more now in the retro gaming sphere.
Have any of you been on gaming procurement adventures in the colonies?
No. Yeah. That's quite niche.
Yeah, well, I have. And what I will say, it's very depressing. Gaming there almost feels communist in terms of retro. Because you would go around and all you'll find is these ugly, grey, expensive slabs everywhere, like Nintendo Entertainment System games. So if you go to like a convention there, it would just be loads of Nintendo stuff, a little bit of Sega, a little bit of Atari, no microcomputers, and it's just a pretty depressing, desolate place in terms of retro gaming.
And I suppose when you bought it, you have to buy it with someone else's money, right?
They lie about the price as well. So you go to buy a game and then you take it to the counter and it's much more expensive because for some reason they don't put tax.
Yeah, they add tax when you pay for it. Yeah.
What I do want to see, Top Hat, on one of your next world tours where you go retro game hunting. I want you to go retro game hunting in Brazil and just pick up all of the random tech toys, Sega shit that you can find where the Master System is still dominating. You know? Do you want to come around my place and play the Xbox One or the Master System? It's like, you know, they're the two consoles that are competing, right? It's such a mental, mind-blowing place, and like, that's where I want to see you do some retro game collecting.
I don't know if Master System really still dominating now. I mean, you'd probably have to go to like some second-hand shop in like, I don't know, the favelas.
They still sell brand new Master Systems, but they don't sell Master System games. The latest Master System is just a plug-and-play system with 100 games built in.
They do a lot of like Tectoy do a lot like the multi-systems where it's like, you know, it's like the at-game stuff. It's like you get a bunch of Mega Drive games, like maybe a bunch of Master System games and a bunch of Android games.
Yeah.
I tell you what, with all of these retro gaming systems like your NES Classic and all that sort of stuff, I tell you what, one of those Brazilian Master System 101 systems could probably dominate all of those systems.
I'm sorry, but in Brazil, the Master System is so 2015. It's been all about this in Brazil.
Because you could only download games on that. Was I right? The Zero. Have you seen what games are on it?
It's a state-of-the-art 3G games console.
Zebo.
And apparently it was made specifically for the developing markets and marketed exclusively in Brazil.
It's made by Tectoy.
Yeah, and Mexico. And further to that, they had a really amusing advertisement on television where it featured a young lad playing a Zebo, and then his friends next to him taking the piss out of him, basically saying, "Why are you playing that? That's rubbish." And then he goes, "Oh, well, you can talk. You own a Nintendo Wii."
Good advertising.
I actually I was always happy because the Zebo was one of the first ever times I did a video where I told Larry a fact that he didn't know. Oh, there was a Double Dragon game for the Zebo that was different than any other Double Dragon game, and
That's how you got him on a leash.
Nice. do you know what games are on your Zebo?
I was.
To be honest, I'm scared to plug it in because I know nothing about Mexican power supplies.
I think you'd be because it's gonna have a weird TV signal.
Yeah, I'm scared of it a little bit. I want to plug it in, but I'm scared of it.
Firewall.
You could have essentially some games downloaded on that are nowhere else on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Top Hat, don't say anything too bad about Mexico. You never know whether the Mexican ambassador's watching like he did with Top Gear.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was about to say, talking about advertising. I remember talking about that. I was in my mid-teens when the whole Nintendo versus Sega was at its height, and from what I remember, I don't know if this is the impressions you guys got, but at the time it was like Nintendo was for kids, Sega was for teenagers.
Yeah,
that was kind of how it felt.
Totally.
So Sega's advertising was a lot more edgy.
Yeah, and more advertising.
They were cooler, as I said. Yeah.
And that's another thing. There was a point, again, probably 5 to 10 years ago, between that amount, when a lot of the UK gaming scene seemed to think they were the American gaming scene. And like I say, there's nothing wrong in that, but people seem to think that they, I remember when the NES was a big thing. Like, do you? Because no one else in the UK does. Like,
And another Sega thing as well. We didn't have. Like, everyone talks about, like, Sega's, like, quite provocative advertising. Like, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
We didn't have any of that.
No.
Nothing at all. Sega didn't... Because Sega got like, footholds here before Nintendo did.
No, they did, because the Master System was much more popular here than it was for the NES.
Yes.
But even the early Master System adverts were quite disruptive. Like the first ones would pretend that your TV was being taken over, and then the TV would start talking to you about how boring the program was and how they wanted to be.
With the Master System 3D glasses.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Then, of course, with the Mega Drive,
plug me into a Sega.
Yeah. And then with the Mega Drive, they had the Pirate TV, which again was Pirate TV was them trying to take over the TV and do something more interesting. So the fact that the adverts were slagging off the TV programs was fairly controversial, I thought, but pretty good. Pretty funny.
I tell you what, one of when I went to Sega recently, one of the guys there, a guy called Danny, he's a hardcore Sega retro collector. You know Tim, because you was up there. Yeah, he shaved his head and tattooed Sega there, shaved the other side and tattooed the Japanese Mega Drive logo there, and let his hair go. So it's in his skin that he's hardcore Sega, and his desk is surrounded by retro. He's got one of those whole old school proper Sony TVs there, and all this other stuff, blah blah blah. But he actually said that Sega didn't actually seem to preserve too much of their retro stuff, and he actually donated a hardcore majority of his retro collection to Sega themselves for them to preserve his collection. Also, he said he doesn't have a lot of space, so it works doing that, but still, like, hardcore collector, big time. And it's cool, just like, because I think Sega are finally at that stage now where I hate to say it, but we've been telling you this for fucking ages. Give us 2D Sonic back. Give us Streets of Rage back. I think they're finally at that stage where they're like realizing, ooh, retro gaming's a big thing. We're all about retro gaming. People seem to like us right now. We're on the rise. Let's fucking bring it back.
Did you actually get that vibe when you visited them then? When you saw them last week, or was it the week before? Did you get that vibe going around Sega?
I'll tell you what, one of the crazy thing about Sega is when you visit them, they tend to be, you go in their lobby, and it seems quite retro. There's a massive Sonic statue. There's this big wax Sonic face thing over here. There's a Mega Drive over there with a copy of Revenge of Shinobi, Sonic 1 and Columns, I believe. Or no, Streets of Rage 2, sorry, behind it and stuff. And it looks really fucking cool. But then when you go in their meeting rooms, they're all themed over modern Sega. So you can go in the Company of Heroes room. When you think Sega, you don't think Company of Heroes. They're great games. Yeah, there's a football manager room, and there's a big Alien Isolation thing against them. All of these are good games, but they're not what you think of when you hear Sega.
Yeah.
You know, so but they are definitely moving into that. I mean, they've always known about their past, but I think they're more understanding that that's where their hardcore followers are. You know,
I think it's all a matter of hats, isn't it? Like, I mean, I understand some of them championing because I mean, obviously, if you're going to have like, I don't know, some people around like in the meeting room to pitch to or whatever, you're going to want to champion your modern products.
Yeah, I suppose.
We publish Football Manager, we publish Total War, we publish Company of Heroes, but more and more they're growing into the actually embracing, you know, the stuff they used to and actually taking care of them instead of, you know, giving it all to At Games.
And I think it is, and also they're not part of At Games. Their new system isn't anything to do with At Games anymore. So
was it going to be when they ditched it?
Yes, exactly. It was going to be, and then they realised I'm assuming they realised the big backlash, and for whatever reason, they're no longer part of At Games. And I remember when the guy at Sega said, "We're no longer part of At Games," as if he knew that we as retro gamers would be excited about that. So they sent me this recently. Check this out. This came in the post. I'm not a double XL, so it's a bit big for me, but they know I'm a big fan.
Oh, nice.
They sent me that.
Sweet.
They also sent me, hang on, change it for this one. Ta-da!
Nice.
Hey!
And
excellent. I want one.
Some magnets for my fridge.
Yeah, bitch.
Which are actually Streets of Rage 1, which I'm in the incredible minority to think that that's the better game.
So, controversial.
Yeah, mega controversial, absolutely. And that was the best Christmas present I ever got. The original Mega Drive with the original Streets of Rage, Fantasia, and what are the other two games? Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. So,
Yeah,
there you go.
1200 for me.
Sorry, say that again?
Just saying, actually, that's probably a good new topic. Your favourite, like, retro Christmas present.
Yeah, let's go through it.
I would say Amiga 1200 for me, like, back in Christmas 1994. So pretty late on for the Amiga. Like, really late. Like, it was pretty much dying, but for some... Well, I think I really wanted a new computer, and PCs at the time, although obviously Doom was still a thing, PCs were still far too expensive for us anyway.
Oh,
yeah. So, yeah. Got an Amiga 1200. I think, what did I get with it? I can't remember the name of the pack. I don't know if any of you all know. It had a Brian LeLion, like this really average Psygnosis platformer. Yeah. It had Total Carnage, which is awful.
Yeah.
But I think I also got like not with the pack, but it had like Aladdin, James Bond 2, Second Samurai, a bunch of other things. And it was a superb. It's just
In '94, the main Amiga packs were the main 1200 were Amiga Magic and Desktop Dynamite, but
Desktop Dynamite, that was it.
Desktop Dynamite, yeah,
that was the one.
Good
pack. So anyone else? Who should we move it to next? Zypho, what was one of your best gaming Christmas experiences?
Christmas 1990. I got a Game Boy. So I think I've talked about this before, but I used my Amstrad throughout the 90s into my A levels, still using my DMP printer to print out my essays and stuff like that. But so I missed out on like basically the Mega Drive and the SNES and all that kind of stuff, even the PlayStation initially. But during all that time, my only other console was the Game Boy. And when I got it for Christmas 1990, I fell in love with it. So favorite memory would be the Game Boy, but most recent one, if I can reach them very quickly. Talking about retro Christmas presents, I got a load of these. If you just bear with me a sec.
Go on, we're excited. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? I'll finish my beer now. We should put another one in the fridge.
I'm on my last one. Bad face.
So, Mrs. all right, I'm back. So I got a load of these.
Oh, wow.
Arrive from Mrs. Zypho.
I got one here.
Hey, there we go. That's the shark one, isn't it?
No, this one is It's the racing car one. I can't remember what it's called. Dan from ModPod has just got the shark one, though.
That's the one I had. That's the one I had, Sam. The racing car one.
The racing car one. Yeah. I think it's called Racing Turbo or something, but the sticker's not
Turbo Racer or something.
Turbo Racer. Yeah.
The car's blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I bought this. I don't know if you guys. Oh, hang on. No, go on. Go back to you first.
There you go. Street
Wow,
Fighter
is
2.
that Donkey Kong? I see.
Yeah, the first Donkey Kong.
The blue one.
The blue one. That's a Street Fighter 2. It's going to be backwards.
Oh.
And it isn't utterly rubbish.
Amazing.
Of course.
So I don't know if you guys remember, I did a series where I talked about every video game related to a Disney movie. For a while, I'm going to restart that one day when I do it properly. Yeah, but I bought this for 50 quid on eBay. Because I couldn't find it fucking anywhere, but it's the only game related to the Rescuers Down Under. It's crap. But I had to buy it, and then I stopped the series before I got to Rescuers Down Under. How annoying is that?
I had the classic Turtles one. Got that?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had the Turtles one.
Konami up.
The Konami ones, yeah.
The Konami
green. The Konami ones were a step up from the Tiger ones. The
They
Konami
were.
ones actually played quite well.
They were bigger, but they use more batteries.
Yeah.
Use four.
I found this when we was moving as well, which is in it was one of my wife's presents from when she was a little kid. So I got the Lion King, and I found this on a YouTube group recently boxed. So I thought I'd pick it up for $5. R-Zones.
Oh my
god!
Oh
my
god! The station. The R-Zone station.
Yeah.
That's called the Super Screen, isn't it? The R-Zone Super Screen.
Super
Screen.
What ironic title.
It is.
Super
But
shit screen.
I actually think it needs a little bit of work done to it before it works. Either that or it's just that bad.
That's
I
what
think
the developers said before they released it.
Slurps, the way they work is they've got a light bulb inside, so you probably find the light bulb has stopped working.
No,
so
the light bulb's there, but only just.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh guys, sorry, I'm gonna have to get going now. I'm afraid. I just realised the time. So
one second, Sophia. Zypho, over to you. Sorry, buddy.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, unfortunately, I've got to shoot off now, guys. So sorry I'm only here briefly, but thank you for making me part of this again. Well done to Mr. Slopes for hosting as always. And cheers, guys. Hope you have a lovely Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Hope you've had a lovely Christmas.
Yes, I've had a lovely Christmas.
Yeah, you've had a lovely Christmas.
Yeah, get back to your family.
Cheerio.
See you later.
Nice for now.
Right now. Sorry, Sophia. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
I wanted to say my best gaming Christmas is this Christmas because I'll be spending it with.
Oh.
I think I'm going to bring up my Christmas dinner.
I'm very embarrassed.
And I wasted all that money on that beer.
Yes, absolutely. So, have we got somebody else in the chat?
Larry has just joined.
Larry was bouncing around somewhere, wasn't he?
Larry, are you here?
Hello.
Larry, put your camera on.
Okay. Hello, you.
I don't know why it's off. But
Come on, Larry. You're a man of technology.
Oh,
it's a picture of his face now.
Okay, I don't know why. I'll have to look.
Avatar.
It's Avatar.
Giant blue smurf.
This is what everyone's been waiting for. This is Avatar 2.
Final disappointment.
And it's better than the first one. So, who else haven't we done? Samuel Victor, tell us one of your best Christmas gaming experiences.
I've recounted this story a couple of times, so forgive me for people who've already heard it, although I'm sure most people watching this have no idea who I am. Basically, my dad wanted me to... Oh, it's Dan from ModPod. Hello, Dan. So I wasn't really allowed computer games when I was young, but my dad wanted to teach me to program. So he said if I wanted computer games, I had to learn how to program my own.
That's pretty cool, to be fair. That's a good punishment, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, and I got pretty good. We had an old Commodore PET, and I would learn to make games for it. But yeah, eventually he kind of recounted that decision, and in 1993, for Christmas, I finally got a Sega Master System because they were very cheap by that point. And I absolutely fell in love with it, and I had so much fun with the Master System. And then for Christmas 1994, I got a Super Nintendo. So within 2 years, I had the Master System and the Super Nintendo. So that was really, really great. And just opened the floodgates. You know?
You wasn't it, Top Hat? You was a Super Nintendo kid.
I was. In fact, I was also an NES kid as well, but only for about 6 months because it was rubbish. So I needed to replace and upgrade it.
What was your? I mean, it was all about the Mega Man X games for you, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. My mother got them for me, X and X2 from Electronics Boutique, and I loved them so much.
I think my copy of Crazy Taxi has a big EB on it.
Nice.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Did you know they're fully active still in Australia and Canada at least?
They are indeed. They are indeed. Yeah, absolutely. So we have somebody else that's joined the call as well while Larry sorts out his camera. Is that Mr. Daniel from OddPod? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, everybody. You all right?
Hey, everybody.
So if we're going to be talking retro nostalgia, everyone else might as well just leave the call because this man right here is retro nostalgia. It's his middle name, it's his first name, and it's his last name, which basically means you should call him retro nostalgia, retro nostalgia, retro nostalgia. That man has more awesome stuff than anybody in this call combined. I'm seeing Ren and Stimpy in the background. I'm seeing Toe Jam and L, which is complete history, by the way. I'm seeing Sonic the Hedgehog, the insert from that. What's that? What's that calf bot thing?
Chatbot as well, yeah.
What's that?
It's a Tomy robot from the 80s.
Something really cool.
Do you have a copy of Let's Make a Soccer Team for the PS2?
Say that again, Kim.
You have a copy of Let's Make a Soccer Team for the PS2?
I don't know.
Oh, that's okay.
I don't.
Okay. You can only call him Retro Nostalgia twice. Mr. Retro Nostalgia, aka OddPod. If you guys don't know who he is, please subscribe to him. He's a very, very good channel. And OddPod, as it is Christmas Day and it's not the 21st of December, day before, the day that I have reached 100,000 subscribers. Yay to me! I'm going to keep doing that. Please tell us one of your best retro gaming Christmas experiences. Memories.
Best retro game memory. Probably Sega Mega Drive 2 for Christmas. Ooh. I think it was 93, maybe 94. It came with Aladdin.
Yeah, the Aladdin pack. Absolutely.
It was the Aladdin pack.
Yes,
that was great.
Am I mistaken in thinking that was the best-selling non-official Sega game for the system? I believe it was.
Yeah.
Sonic 2 was the best-selling game, but the best-selling non-Sega game was Aladdin. Yeah.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I feel sorry for the people who got the Super Nintendo one because that was not as good at all. As the
it wasn't as good, but it was still a good game.
It's a good game. It's made by Capcom, so all Capcom platformers are good to an extent.
It's okay, but the carpet ride section is horrible.
I'll tell you what, the carpet ride section in the SNES and the SNES version isn't as good, but the final boss I actually think is better than the Mega Drive final boss.
Do you remember the cheat code for the Aladdin game for Mega Drive?
I can't remember it now.
Press star, it's AABB, 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 and it just goes to the next level.
There you go, one that's ingrained in your mind. Does anybody else what was the first cheat that was ingrained in your mind? We'll start with you, Novabug. Do you remember any?
A cheat?
First cheat that was engraved in your mind. Just say the cheat and see if we can guess what it is. That's a cool.
The blood cheat for.
Did I say what it is?
Combat.
Dollar.
Yeah. Sorry.
No.
Not
I know one.
Go on, Top Hat.
AXAXAAAAAAA.
Oh my God! It's not Tomb Raider. Well, no, it wouldn't be AX, would it? I don't know.
Super Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Mega Man X.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh, okay. What did that get you?
It makes you like go invisible, and then you can level skip like miles. So you can reposition yourself wherever you want on the stage.
Kim, have you got a cheat for us?
Up, down, left, right, YBXA.
It's obviously SNES, but I don't know.
Street Fighter 2. Unlock
that's
the bosses.
That's the fast speed mode, isn't it?
No, that's to unlock. That's in World Warrior. That's to unlock the bosses.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah.
As a kid on the playground, I would argue through the back teeth that the cheat was up, down, left, right, A, C, B, C, A, and start together. But in fact, I was wrong. It was just up, down, left, right, A, and start together. Anyone know that one?
Up, down, left, right, A, and start. Sonic 1.
Sonic 1. Sonic 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the level skip or the debug mode?
It is the level select.
That's the level select, yeah.
What you always do on Sonic 1, because Sonic 1 is one of the hardest of the original trilogy, isn't it? You would do the level select, start on a special stage, and then hopefully get your first emerald to start the game. There you go.
And then Octavius Kitten wouldn't forgive us if we didn't say up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. Start. You know what that is?
I don't.
It's the Contra code, or it's the Konami code. So any NES.
Oh yeah, the Konami code.
NES Konami game, you'll get infinite lives and all that.
Do you know what? I thought to myself, you know what? I'm full time now. I'm going to take on something like Contra: The Complete History. Then I opened the Wikipedia page and saw how many games are in the Contra series. I'm like, oh, I'll save that for a few months.
There's like 50 official games. Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
There are that many.
Yeah.
It's so many.
Yeah, if you include like Super C and all the spin-offs that don't have Contra in the name, yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I mean, I done Metal Slug, but I was able to consolidate about 30 of the games into one little mini segment at the end. But Contra's going to be a hard video to do.
With Metal Slug, there's not that many until you get into things like mobile games, and then
when you get to mobile games, there's like another 25 games or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So absolutely. So has anybody else not told me their gaming memory for Christmas? I think everyone has. Larry, come on, have you sorted your camera out yet?
It won't let me. It's not recognising what my camera is for some reason.
Oh,
Is it? Have you looked on your camera settings?
Yeah.
Have you done the obvious yet, Larry?
Have you tried turning it off and back on again?
To be fair, that may actually work. But Larry, tell us one of your best gaming memories for Christmas? Christmas gaming memories.
I remember looking forward to getting a Game Boy for Christmas. I was so excited that I found out where the presents were hidden, and I had peeked to look. And I found one and I found that I had a Game Boy for Christmas.
Either you or your dad's going to have Larry Bundy Senior is going to be very happy that.
Oh well, they found out. Oh, I took a peek because I hid my present behind a curtain for the whole day, and it made me think I didn't get it.
Is that the same house that you're in now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
I didn't get one for Christmas, but it was my birthday. But this is the exact one.
Nice.
This is the one I got for my birthday. It had Tetris and Super Mario Land in it. So.
Wow.
That was
That's better than the NES Mario as well.
I agree. I love Super Mario Land 1 and 2 and Wario Land as well.
Great music.
Wario Land games are fucking amazing. I love Wario Land games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So where do we go from here, guys? Gaming memories we have done. Talked about the Amstrad for a good hour, which is longer than anyone needed to hear.
No, never.
So, Kim just said great music on Super Mario Land. Obviously, in this country, Super Mario Land World 1 was actually released as a single.
Was it?
I had it back then.
I've got it now on vinyl. I'm just trying to work out where it is if I can grab it. But yeah, Super Mario Land World 1 and the Tetris theme were both released as 7-inch singles.
Is that one that Andrew Lloyd Webber?
They were produced by Andrew Lloyd Webber, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Mario one as well?
Yeah, the Mario one as well, I think.
Mario one's music video. A music video to Mario World was filmed at Chessington World of Adventures.
It was.
Oh, fucking hell, there's just video ideas, just springing. Just keep talking. Absolutely.
I'm getting that. I can't remember.
There's also a Lemmings song as well.
CD on it.
Yeah, there was a Lemmings song, wasn't there? Yeah, Larry just said there was a Lemmings song.
I know that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about music. We're talking about
my
music.
favourites was
Let's chat about best music gaming singles. I don't know, best music gaming things.
I was like,
the ones of Wally, surely.
I remember.
Can I nominate Manic Miner because it's terrible.
Don't nominate it.
Yeah, but Manic Miner was one of the first games to have in-game music.
It was.
Yeah, For Spectrums, yeah, because a lot of Spectrum
was,
games couldn't do music. Yeah.
First game to have in-game music on an 8-bit, I believe. Well, an 8-bit micro.
On a micro, yeah.
Yeah, they shouldn't go back. Was that before or after Pitfall 2? For the Atari, because I know that
but that's
on the Atari had music, but yeah, he's right for a microcomputer, yeah.
Microcomputer.
I was looking at not a single, but after Pete Shelley died, rest in peace. The album that he did, I forget what it was called. Retro Man Cave did. It was the album, but it also had a tape with it that had like sort of like proto visualizer for all the songs on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Retro Man Cave did one. There was tapes that had Spectrum things, but there was literal vinyl records that if you plugged them into the Spectrum, you could load visualizers and stuff off the record, which is incredible. Yeah.
One of the most obscure ones, which Ash Stewart sent me once, Squidge on the Spectrum of all the games has this weird shit reggae song on the B-side. I have it somewhere. I need to find it.
Oh, is it running against the tide or something?
I think you have to be this age to understand exactly what you're talking about when you say a shit reggae song from the 90s, because there was so much of it, wasn't there? Like, even more than nowadays, because reggae is coming back. So it's fucking weird. Every fucking rap song has to have some fucking reggae guy that's actually from fucking Norfolk or something. You know, it's the fucking R&B track. I hate it. I fucking hate it. What happened to the good quality days of California Love by fucking Tupac and a bit of good old Dr. Dre and stuff, like really good vibe in R&B music? None of this shitty, I want to be a reggae superstar bollocks.
Talking about rubbish reggae songs that have a random rapper in it. Somebody on Twitter reached out to me the other day and said, do you remember... Mysterious Girl by Peter Andre, but you've got Bubba Ranks did like the little rap of it. And apparently Bubba Ranks is one of my friend's bosses in Carphone Warehouse.
Nah.
It's funny actually, because when Peter Andre he was on was he on Big Brother or I'm a Celebrity? And
I'm a Celebrity, yeah.
And he kind of got back to fame, and they re-released Mysterious Girl and they actually got to #1.
Yeah.
They got back Bubba Ranks from wherever he was working.
Yeah,
to still do like the toasting.
Yeah,
if you can even call it that.
Roasting.
I was about to say,
yeah, that's what they call it. Rapper the rapper.
Rapper the rapper. Haven't cartoons of him featured in 50 Cent videos?
What, Parappa the Rapper?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about 50 Cent Parappa the Rapper. I know that there was the De La Soul.
The De La Soul, yeah.
Yeah, I know there was that.
I don't remember that. Hello.
When you're talking about music on the 8-bits, it was actually quite common, obviously, to have a audio track on the B-side of an audio cassette for an 8-bit game.
Yeah, that's in America.
A couple of examples for the Amstrad, maybe the Spectrum, I think this was as well, certainly was Everyone's a Wally, which had this very weird, jolly tune on the B-side. But also with Outrun, which was awful on the Amstrad, but it had the full arcade soundtrack on the B-side.
Yeah. No, that's on a separate track.
When I just recently did Super Gran, and
oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
good video.
And I read the older Crash review for the Spectrum version, and they especially made a point of being really annoyed that they didn't include the Billy Connolly theme song on the B-side. It's like, we paid $10 for this terrible game. At least you could give us. Move over, Superman, Iceman, Spider-Man, all that.
I want to move it over to Odd Pod.
Oh, video game music. Best video game music. What was it?
I was going to actually ask you. Go on. To show us some good retro gaming stuff. Retro gaming, your retro toys stuff.
Retro toy stuff. Oh, geez.
Show me something really mind blowing.
You put me on the spot now. Okay, let's see.
While we put you on the spot, we'll talk a little bit more about this retro gaming music stuff. I'm guessing Top Hat, you haven't really got anything to add to this one.
No, not really. However, I've made an observation lately. They seem to still sell audio cassettes in Tesco's. What's that all about?
Yeah,
Do
there's
they?
a big boom.
What?
It's all coming back.
Oh, what blank ones you mean?
Do they actually still make cassette recordings?
Apparently.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think records have come back, and the thing is, cassettes actually aren't as bad as everyone makes them out to be.
No.
Where's all the VHS
Well-
tapes then?
No, well, my live stream will prove that because my cassettes are still alive and working.
Yeah, absolutely,
And they,
absolutely.
and they said they'd be dead after 10 years, 34 years on, and some of them are still loading like they were bought yesterday.
Exactly, and I tell you what, it was even Game Taff starting to. I remember chatting to Game Taff a while ago, and he was telling me about how worried he's getting now when he buys CD video games because you know they are starting to show CD rot. But yeah,
I don't have Blu-rays.
I wouldn't go back into the resurgence that records have, but there is definitely a niche for them.
There's no resurgence, but they're a lot more hardy than people thought they were at the time.
Yeah.
They gave them a shelf life of max 10 years sometimes, and you have to remember that a lot of the games that were for the Speccy, the Commodore, and the Amstrad were made on very cheap tapes.
Yeah,
you know,
They were made on
and it's
ferrite.
exactly, and it's amazing that they're still, you know, they weren't like high quality DAT tapes. We're talking here, we're talking really shit tapes. And
I mean, Tecmo did vids. I mean, Tell Oddity's done vids, but like going through like the different types of cassette tape. Like, because there's been a little bit of like a hipster like cassette revival.
It has.
Yeah.
But
Nick has actually
those are
rised
still-
up in the ranks big time. It doesn't look like, it looks like a copy tape, but it's one that Sega sent me, and it's just
Yeah.
Sega music.
I
But
think
those new ones are still mostly using ferric, and it's like, why aren't you using like chrome or whatever?
well,
Yeah, this doesn't sound very good. By the way.
I think as a gaming format, though, I mean, yeah, audio of course as well, but as a gaming format, which has to be a little bit more accurate, doesn't it, to translate onto the system?
Yeah.
I've spoken to many people, ST fans, even Commodore fans that use the old 5-inch disc and stuff, and their discs have just gone. The discs are dead because the discs have degraded so quicker than the tapes ever did.
Yeah.
They've completely gone, and you know, to get working discs now is actually more of a rarity than get working cassettes.
So why do we think there's no VHS resurgence then?
I think there will be.
Well, there is for me. I just bought a box full of James Bond VHS tapes. Yeah.
VHS boxes, I was saying.
Room, mustn't they?
Maybe because that's the difference between visual and audio, though, Rich.
I think they're coming back. I think there will be a resurgence of VHS.
VHS style boxes are starting to research. They're selling them in HMV.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, they're not. They look like VHS tapes, but they're. I think
They look like, but they're not VHS tapes, but in a similar style.
I would say that I've got a really bad experience with videotape. I had a copy of Mad Max with the original Australian dialogue, not the dubbed American version, which was released here. And my video recorder chewed the tape up, and it was £25.
Yeah,
and this was like in 1994, so it was a lot more expensive.
All I remember before the days of fucking the internet, the videotapes were the only way that us blokes could get our fix on with, you know, having that one dirty tape from that one guy that you know, and your parents leave, and the only VHS tape in the entire house was in the living room. And how fucking long did it take to eject that fucker? And you know, you outside. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
and you'd all pass it around each other, so you'd make copies and copies and copies.
And the rewind function would wake the neighbourhood up.
Yeah.
I actually on the way to the cable guy at the cinema, me and my mate who were like, I don't know, 12, I think it was about the time, maybe 13. We were like obsessed with wanting to have sex, and we had, and obviously we hadn't. And we actually found a fucking bag in a bush full of a couple of VHS tapes that were 100% porn, and we got it home, and it was amazing. Larry is, I think, playing a video game on Steam. I think he's trying to sort himself out on Steam.
That actually raises a pretty good question. So this will show all our age, by the way, the answer to this question.
Go on.
But what was the first pirate video that you saw on VHS? Because mine was RoboCop 2.
The Mask.
The Mask. That's way after RoboCop.
Wow.
Yeah,
94?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, I'm going to say something cool-ish in the sense that I had Cannibal Holocaust Nice.
Oh my god!
It was actually banned in this country for various reasons.
Mine was Return of the Jedi. I saw that on Pirate.
Nice.
You saw the good
Street
ending,
Fighter
then.
the movie.
Street Fighter the movie.
Yeah.
Star Wars before it was destroyed. Yeah.
Oh, and Jurassic Park.
I think our family had the Whoopie Boys on tape, but I think all of our pirate VHSs were Disney movies. So I think it would have been quite later when we used to be. And the only reason we'd done it was because you couldn't get the Jungle Book, because they were in the Disney vault.
Yeah, they put them in the Disney vault.
Yeah, so I think that's what I had originally. I had a lot of that sort of stuff on pirate until it eventually came out and you bought it.
Yeah.
I
So,
think I had the Lion King on pirate as well.
yeah, and it always came out in
Definitely
America.
the Lion
That
King.
was a good way to get it before they came out, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, it was the same price from that bloke down the market.
Yeah, the fun thing about all the pirate movies, though, because I remember watching The Mask and I was really getting into it, and I just saw a silhouette of someone stand up in the audience and walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to say I pirated Postal, maybe Postal 2. I can't remember which one it was, but it was the unfinished version. And there was one bit in the movie where she was running away from being brutally murdered, and she ran into this like open door, which I assume is like a lift or something, but it wasn't finished. And you saw Quentin Tarantino doing this inside the door. What's going on? Oh, okay, I get it. Yeah.
I remember watching a copy of. Do you remember the live action version of Casper?
Yeah.
I know
you
yeah, it was awful, wasn't it? I remember watching the pirate version of that had all the special effects weren't completed at all, but the specific special effects weren't finished. It was the three brother ghosts. They weren't in it at all, anywhere. So they weren't in the video, but the Casper effect was. So he's talking to like nobody somewhere, and things are moving around. You think, what the hell's going on here? It was a funny.
That's amazing.
So funny.
Let's move it over the top.
Yeah.
What have you got here, man?
Now this is pod racing, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you love that movie, don't you?
I do indeed.
I like it. Well, it's better than The Last Jedi, but then again,
it's got the greatest Darth Vader quote of all time within this film, which is simply.
I actually bought a Phantom Menace DVD cover on eBay about an hour ago. Nice. Which has pod racing like printed all over it.
Although to be fair, episode 2's got a great Darth Vader quote as well. What is it? I hate sand. It's called and it gets everywhere, which is another amazing Darth Vader quote
And
too.
episode 3's got
Do you know there's a version? Do you know there's a version of Phantom Menace, which the fans did, which completely cuts out anything anything that Jar Jar Binks was in.
Oh, that's sacrilegious.
So, guys, before we move over to Odd Pod and he shows us these incredible toys that he's obviously got sitting on his lap waiting for us, fighting to show, we can't talk. We can't talk about Star Wars without talking about Samuel Victor. Not everyone here might know who Samuel Victor is, but you're about to win some incredible geek points, aren't you, Mr. Samuel Victor? Take the floor.
Yeah. Again, story I tell all the time, but yeah, I've kind of worked for Disney on and off since I was 16. I'm 37 now, so I mostly just do freelance stuff, but every now and again they throw me a bone. So yeah, I actually act in Rogue One, Star Wars, and I had 9 lines in the script, and in the final edit I have 1 line, and my 1 line is, just let the girl speak. But apparently that 1 line was cool enough so that I got my own trailer, my own, as in trailer to hang around in, my own hair and makeup lady, and actually have my own Lego figures.
Fuck off.
Yeah, here we go. It's me in Lego form.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
My character is called Torius Cord, who's blue too, and I'm in lots of official Star Wars books and Star Wars magazines and everything, which is ridiculous. I've only got 1 line, but.
As this is Christmas Day on Retrounlim or Christmas Eve, I can't remember. Can you stand up and recreate your 1 line for us? Exactly where you're positioned in the movie. Are you allowed to do that? Will Disney allow it?
I think so. I got in a lot of trouble for talking about it before the NDAs had cleared, but now the NDAs have cleared, I think I can do what the hell I want. So yeah. My line basically there's a scene where it's like the rebel meeting, and all the lead characters on the rebel side are around a big table, and Jin Erso, who's the lead girl by Felicity, is trying to tell them about the Death Star and trying to tell them the Death Star exists. And none of them believe her because it's her grandfather who designed it. So they're all kind of interrupting her and rabble rousing. And I'm stood right next to her at the front of the table, and I say, "Just let the girl speak."
Have you ever considered trying to get your quote to become a famous prequel meme? Because prequel memes are a big thing these days.
People turned it into a meme, and people send it to me all the time, especially every time I'm doing what apparently is white knighting, when I stick up for some of my female friends online and stuff like that. Like a couple of times I've been sticking up for Octavius or for Trista Bites and things, and then people will send me pictures of myself in the film going, "Just let the girl speak." Which
Are
is
you going to appear in an Octavia stream and say that?
I've not appeared in her stream and said that. I've done quite a few videos with her, but I've never mentioned. I never mentioned the Star Wars thing. That everybody else brings it up, so it's all good. It's all good.
I know if I was a lady and I had my YouTube channel, I'm looking at you, Top Hat. Your mind's ticking. I know, Miss Lady Decade, you know, but I would purposely be interrupted by Larry, and then I would just have you come on and say,
"Just let me go speak."
In fact, I am about to be replaced for a little while by a female lead. I'm essentially like Doctor Who, apparently.
You're exactly like Doctor Who, yes.
Yeah,
So,
but
yes.
I think Rich, this will work better.
Is she like your arch enemy? She wants to save the NHS.
Possibly. But anyway, I do mean it in a literal sense. He is replacing me right now. So cheerio, everyone.
Cheerio. Oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? While the camera pans and moves over, let's move back to Odd Pod, who has been sitting on these toys for way too long.
Yeah.
Show us what you got.
Well, I looked around and I've got so many things that only one major thing. I've got a few other things to show, but one major thing pops in my head, and it's rubbish. But I thought I'd show you because I am going to review it sometime. But I don't know if you've ever seen it before. It's body wrap.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a very weird 80s toy. Basically, it's got a speaker on it. You attach it to you. It's got wires with little pads. You put the pads all over your different parts of your body, and as you hit different parts of your body, it makes like a drum sound or a guitar sound or different things, and you can make music with your own body. That
is amazing.
That's amazing.
So yeah, I've got body wrap, and the other thing I've got to show you, they're not exactly toys because I've got so many things there. I don't even know what to show, so I'll show some like food from the 90s that you might remember.
Oh yeah.
So see if anybody remembers Yo Street Feet.
Oh my word!
Ooh, I remember the shoe people. What is it?
That's not the shoe people.
Yeah, they had little hard candies inside them, and there was a blue one with sunglasses on as well. But I need to get that one. I haven't got that one yet.
There are little things like Pez could have been.
Yeah, and also this one you might remember from the early 90s is a yogurt, and it's got some monsters inside it, but it's a yogurt called Fiendish Feet.
Fiendish Feet, yeah.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Didn't the yogurt go in the feet?
No, it's sort of in the tub. I've got a load of thingies inside.
Wow. So where do you get this? Do you buy this on eBay? And
oh yeah, I just keep looking at eBay. These though, Fiendish Feet, I know these both cost me £20 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go for so much, but I needed them. Yes,
I was literally watching some Fiendish Feet on eBay specifically for Dan because I know he was into them, and I was sending him some stuff for Christmas, and I thought, if I could get some of those pots. They literally went for £35 each.
Yeah, I check at least once a day, and they always go for ridiculous prices. And yeah, because I wanted to get a whole collection so I could do a massive Halloween review on them. Not a chance of that.
Dan.
Also on the thing, I got Jibber Jabber.
Yeah. Dan, do you have like a complete collection of Garbage Pail Kids or something?
Oh no, I've never had Garbage Pail Kids as a kid. The only person I know who has got a massive collection of them would be Joe Grotesque from Retro Cynical, because he actually did artwork for the new ones.
Another fantastic channel.
I'd love to see
that.
Yeah.
But you know
What I want to know is why
absolutely-
do Fiendish Feet not exist anymore? Because that is pretty awesome fucking
I
yogurt.
know,
We don't have any
they're
cool
really
yogurt.
cool. I remember really
They-
liking them as well. I don't know.
There was Centival, and Centival has been bought and passed between like 3 different companies now. So I don't know who owns the rights now. But Nostalgia Nerd is, I don't know whether he's got any, but he said he's trying to get a full collection of all the Fiendish Feet.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm in competition with Nostalgia.
Yeah, he's probably going to be outbidding you on.
Oh, that's not good.
last
Patreon's higher, so probably.
So, guys, we have another fairly new but quickly rising YouTuber. Join us here on Christmas Day. She's left the family, her new son, and her very opinionated husband. Join us.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi everyone. I've met some of you already, but
Hey.
Hiya, I'm Chloe, otherwise known as Lady Decade, and I thought of that name all on my own. Hiya, you're right.
Hello.
Hey,
Hiya.
Lady Decade, it has been too long. The last time I saw you, you was pregnant at my beer event, which doesn't sound too responsible. I'm thinking about it. As I was saying that, should I be saying this?
Yeah, I was the designated driver. Just going back to those yogurt pot things, I'd say I'd be horrified about spending all that money on those, but Richard spent loads of money on a whole box of game comms, so
How many game comms does your husband now own?
I think there was about 6 in the box. Like, why do we need these?
And the thing is, you can't fill up a game com and eat something out of it. So, you know.
Is his personal challenge to own more game comms than games for the game com?
Yeah, I think this is probably a thing. Do you know, this is probably a good thing that he's finally agreed to not keep buying stuff all the time.
Well, I did hear this story that I think it was on the oh, actually, I better not say it. Larry's in the chat, but a certain NES punk on his podcast. He brought up a topic about someone wrote in and said they bought up all of these copies of Rampart. I think it was for the Game Boy, and they bought so many copies of it on eBay. It was constantly that eventually it started to rise in price because there was less copies of Rampart for the Game Boy. So that when he started to sell them, he started to earn his money back and some, and he done it as an experiment apparently.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what Top Hat's doing with his game.
There's no experiment there, though. It's bloody obvious. That's called market demand. If you buy something in bulk, then naturally the remaining resources will go up in cost. It's not experiment. That's the way the system works.
I think if you guys have heard of the Retro Future, Elliot Cole, he's a great channel, but I think he's got a conspiracy going on because he keeps doing all these videos about how Snake Roy for the game, for the Mega Duck, he keeps going on about how Snake Roy is like the best game ever, but he owns about 50 copies of Snake Roy. He literally buys every copy that comes on eBay. Then he makes all these videos about how it's a great game. I'm sure he's doing that to raise the price so he can sell them all.
Well, this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm stockpiling GX4000 so that they're going to go for about 900 quid eventually.
But you have to have a lot of money in the first place to be able to buy all of these.
Yeah.
To begin with. So, like, how much money do you
more.
need? How much money do you need?
I think when it comes down to GX4000, your grandkids might be able to break even, but
yeah. Well, that's if the PSU survives.
Yeah. You need to get new power supplies for all of them.
I've just had a lovely text message from Octavia's Kitten just to let you know she's sending her love and she's not here at the moment. So can we all send some love to Sarah?
Shout out to Sarah.
Hey,
Love Sarah.
I hope
nice.
you don't see this 2 or 3 days
No,
into
sense,
the
man.
future. Absolutely. So, Lady Decade, before you came on, we were chatting about the best gaming memories. Did you have much of a gaming past life before Top Hat came along? Did you?
Well, actually, weirdly, that was one of the things that got us talking. I was working in Game Station at the time when I first started going out with him, but I've actually had sort of gaming in my life ever since I was really quite little, actually. My biggest gaming influence is my nan.
Wow.
Your nan?
Yeah, yeah.
You can almost call her a
I saw Richard tweeted about it. He said he was going to get her on and talk. She had a Spectrum and everything else.
Yeah,
the program.
Our ZX81 that we've got, my nan gave to us. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow.
So, but this is what I was saying to Richard. He needs to interview her, or someone who specialises on Kim.
Yeah.
Someone who specialises in that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's
she's an oddity. She's an oddity.
You can do like a really in-depth review of the Magnavox or the Space.
We can call her Lady Many Decades.
Yeah. Lady Millennium.
But if you think she is an oddity, she is a woman who is now 78 years old, who has a PS4.
Nice.
And has a PS. She's got a 3DS, and like, so my first PS1 that I got was a hand-me-down from my nan because she got a PS2, and when I had a SNES, it was because she'd got a PS1, and so everything that I had when I was little was literally a hand-me-down.
Awesome.
And Richard's still giving you them now, so nothing changed.
Yeah.
Fair dues. That's pretty awesome stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Where do we go from here, guys? I think we've actually overrun by quite a considerable amount of time. So what do you think? Where do we go from here? Should we try and ask one more merriment-esque question before we get back to our loved ones that are all waiting for us around the Christmas dinner table?
Why are Christmas games so crap in general?
Well, you say that, but then they can't. They've all gone downhill since the official Father Christmas game.
Oh yeah,
that was the official one. But,
yeah. Well, it was for charity, Dan. It was for save the children.
Children in need.
Save the children.
Oh, save the children. Yes.
I play Christmas night. I play Christmas nights literally every Christmas. I love that. Holiday Lemmings. It's good.
Oh, Holiday
Parasite Eve is an incredible. Parasite Eve is an incredible game that most people don't realise is there.
Testing.
Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Hello, Larry.
Hello.
Hello, you.
Hello.
I found
Larry. Say hello how we all want you to say hello.
Christmas
Hello,
on the DS was actually quite good.
Sorry, what was?
How the Grinch Stole Christmas on the DS. Quite good, actually.
Is it better than Elf Bowling 1 and 2 on the DS?
It's slightly better than Elf
because
Bowling.
it's a surprise for Metal Gear Solid on the Game Boy.
Oh my word.
So Larry, tell us what's going on with your book?
Well, I'm just writing a foreword for it, and that's it. Really, pretty much done.
What have you got on the horizon, Larry? I think people have been waiting for you to put out some good quality Larry content.
I got a couple of videos in the works. I've got one console games that contain viruses.
Nice.
Okay.
I got that one, yes, and I got one a story about the time Activision cancelled a game because it starred a woman.
What?
What?
Oh God! Don't tell Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah. What?
You'll have a meltdown again.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Very, very Larry content by the sounds of it.
Yes. Soph just pointed out a good Christmas game, Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die Hard Arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see Mr. Biffo's
I did.
video on his Die Hard Arcade, a Christmas game? It's a really funny video, really good.
Can I say, right? So, I don't know when this happened, but 5, 6, 7 years ago online, some YouTuber or someone shouted out that Die Hard's a Christmas film. People say it's not, but it is, and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I mean, fair enough. People now, all of a sudden, everyone goes on about the fact that Die Hard's my favourite Christmas movie. But if you asked 10 years ago, no one would have said Die Hard's my favourite Christmas.
I think what's happened, it's became an accidental Christmas movie because it's set at Christmas, even though it's technically not a Christmas movie. It's become a Christmas movie, and it's a bit like
Gremlins.
Well, yeah, Gremlins is another one. Good shout.
Well,
Also,
new one.
Sorry, Kim.
Lethal Weapon's another one.
Yeah, that's another one. And it's also like some songs as well. Some songs.
Die Hard 2.
Stay Another Day. Can I just say, Stay Another Day by E17 is not a Christmas song. Just because it's got snow in the video does not make it a Christmas song.
No, that's true. But the best example of a Christmas song that's not a Christmas song is Stop
Sleigh Bells at the end.
Stop Cavalry is not a Christmas song, but it became a Christmas song. So it's one of those weird anomalies because it has a Christmas mention in it. it becomes a Christmas song from media pressures, social, whatever, people buying it. Who knows?
Couple of things I was going to say. First of all, another Christmas song, which is actually not a Christmas song, is Frankie Goes to Hollywood, "Power of Love."
Oh yeah, that's
And also, if you want a couple of really good Christmas films, I would recommend, because I watch a lot of films. Black Christmas, the original 1974 version, which the British censors had problems with at the time, and also Bad Santa, because it's very dark, but it's very, very funny.
Yeah.
It's a great film. Yeah,
I've seen the remake of Black Christmas, whatever. The remake, that's not the original though, the remake. And as for Bad Santa, no, a lot of rubbish for me.
What about Happy on Netflix? That's set at Christmas time, so must be.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
I loved it. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, Happy's good as well.
It's like a gritty Roger Rabbit, isn't it?
Oh God.
But I know to say Die Hard. I mean, yeah, I suppose you could say it's kind of act, but I mean, it ends with like "Let It Snow."
The thing with Die Hard is, I mean, it's a good action film, and in my opinion, it's a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's a very good action film, and
it's a good time to watch those sort of films anyway.
But people seem to just now just love the fact that they might know something that you don't, but in actual fact, every fucking person in the internet now has heard the argument that Die Hard's a Christmas fucking movie. Get your fucking self over with it. Like, you want a good Christmas movie, put Elf on or something, or put fucking Miracle on 34th Street or something like that. Like, Die Hard is not one of those fucking films just because it's got Christmas songs in it.
I think we can all agree it's a good movie and end the subject.
And everyone, and also I'd say like, it's like, there's certain movies that are always like kind of very watchable at Christmas time.
Absolutely, yeah. Loads of films are watchable at Christmas time.
Specifically Die Hard, but like 80s action stuff in general.
I think Dan from Oddpod will be raring to tell you what his favourite Christmas movie is.
Is it the Hanna-Barbera Christmas special? Go, go, go.
I was just about to say what's everyone's favourite Christmas movie. Mine is Jingle All the Way of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I thought you were going to say Muppets Christmas Carol.
No, everybody would think that. That's my second favourite. Everyone would think that. But no, Jingle All the Way is my favourite Christmas movie of all time. It's awesome.
There goes Mr. Humbug. There goes Mr. Grim. Fucking brilliant movie.
I believe there may or may not be a really good video coming out soon with quite a few guest people talking about Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, if I can get it done in time, yep, definitely.
Get down.
Shit, I think I might need to do that too.
Yeah. Whoopsie. Scrooge is a great Christmas movie.
Scrooge?
Yeah.
I've never seen Scrooge.
Scrooge is great.
How about Muppet Christmas Carol?
Yeah,
just mention that, yeah.
How did they go so well with Muppet Christmas Carol? Just like literally knock it out of the park. And then there was a pirate one as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, Muppet Treasure Island. That was great. I like that.
Yeah, how were they so fucking good? And then they did the Muppet Wizard of Oz one with Miss Dynamite.
Dynamite. Oh, God, I didn't even know about that.
A cinema movie though. That was a made-for-TV thing. Yeah. It was a lot lower budget.
And you mentioned Muppet Christmas Carol. That's one of the reasons I think VHS is going to come back, because the Muppet Christmas Carol VHS has a song in it called "The Love Is Gone" that's cut from like DVD releases and stuff. So you can only get it. You can only listen to that if it's in the. And you'll hear little bits of it in the DVD. You won't actually hear the whole song. They cut it. So you can only get it on VHS.
Song. It is. The woman stops and sings for about 5 minutes in the middle about
it's
how
very sad. Yeah,
you grow older, and as you grow older, nobody loves you, and you don't speak to all your friends.
Yeah, but I always miss it now. When I watch the DVD, I'm like, I'm gonna have to get the VHS because it feels incomplete now.
It's also happened from DVD to Blu-ray as well, because my copy, I upgrade all my Disney movies from DVD to Blu-ray as and when they're released on Blu-ray, and I sold my DVD copy of Beauty and the Beast, and I bought that on Blu-ray, and apparently it's the advanced version of Beauty and the Beast with Human again in the middle, and I'm like, fucking get that song out of my copy of Beauty and the Beast. It is the perfect fucking movie. You can't make a perfect movie better by shoehorning in a song that wasn't good enough to be included in the fucking first first place.
Yeah,
Another rant from me.
Disney also have a massive tendency over time to remove things which are considered politically incorrect or racist. So there's no perfect copy of Fantasia. The only way to get a full Fantasia is to get the 35mm cinema print.
Yeah.
Because once VHS came out, they went, okay, this is racist. This is politically incorrect.
Well, what's the most
which is fine, but my problem with it is not so much that they've removed it. My problem is Fantasia is set to music.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start taking out 6 seconds here and 5 seconds here, suddenly it's not synced up with the music anymore. They're Disney. Surely they could have reanimated something else. You know, animate something else. You're fucking Disney. Animate it.
So that's the most modern release of Song of the South.
I was just about to say, you just reminded me, I need to get that VHS.
Song of the South is literally, because I've worked for Disney and stuff, and I'm a shareholder, so I go to all the meetings and things. Well, at least I'm in some of the meetings. And Song of the South always comes up because it's just about to go into the public domain. So if they don't do an official release of Song of the South, suddenly it will be legal for other companies to sell it on DVD. And
I hate that idea of judging things in the past by modern standards is incorrect.
Yeah. Well, I used to like what who was it? Did with Tom and Jerry.
Yeah,
which is still brilliant now.
They would do like they would have things like that said, look, there are things in this that aren't, that these days aren't PC.
I don't see that. I don't see it. I see as of its time.
It gives a nostalgic flair on something when something's in its time.
Like the crows in Dumbo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and they're getting taken out of the Tim Burton movie, aren't they?
Oh, so does that mean that they're going to be taking what's his name, the King Louis out of Jungle Book or something? Oh, have they done that already? They've done it already.
What you're making, Chloe, is where does it end?
Yeah, where does it end?
Where does it end?
I always remember watching like,
and what ends to this is it, and who's it benefiting? It's a load of bollocks. It really is.
I understand why some people would be upset by it, but I don't think it's right to go and change history, to go and remove stuff that already exists.
No, but
with a new movie, if a brand new movie came out, the brand new movie comes out and there's something in it that's a bit racist, like there was in, say, some of the Transformers movies, that's okay to pick up on it, and that's okay to say, hang on, that's not okay. But in something that came out in the 1930s or the 1940s, it was progressive, the fact that Disney was hiring black actors to do voices for black characters and putting black characters in Song of the South. That was the first black guy to win an Oscar.
Oh, wow.
So that was amazing that they
wasn't invited to the premiere.
This is why I think this is.
Say that again, Larry. Say that again, Larry.
He wasn't allowed to go to the premiere.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to go to the premiere because of segregation, but he still won the bloody Oscar.
I think that's why they term it now today as regressive, because it's looking at good things that are apparently now bad for some reason. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh God, I'm waiting for me to become politically incorrect because I'm mixed race. Here you go. You're racist because your mum's white.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I was.
You're the worst enemy, though, Chloe.
I know. I'm going to end up getting so much hate probably on YouTube because I'm really anti-feminist. And
anybody that holds like classical liberal beliefs like yourself and is mixed race, then all of a sudden you're public enemy number one. I
know. Put me on top hats and champagne right now.
On my way back from, I've just got back from Disneyland, Paris. Literally just gone back, and we've been listening to a load of Defunct Land versus Rob Plays podcast on the way there and back.
Yeah,
and it was all about them. Basically, if you don't know, so Defunct Land's a channel that wants to keep everything Disney originally and how it should be, and Rob Plays is okay with bulldozing anything as long as you put something better in its place. Yeah. So that's their argument, and what Defunct Land says you shouldn't make a ride based on Guardians of the Galaxy because it might not be popular in the future. It's big now, but Guardians of the Galaxy isn't exactly something that might be popular in the future. And Rob Play's answer to that was, well, look at fucking Splash Mountain. That ride is based on Song of the South, but nobody fucking knows it's based on Song of the South. And in every single Disney parade, including the new one for Disney's 25th anniversary, you've got Zippity Doodah again from Song of the South, when no one knows it's from that.
I think the big again, I'm a Disney geek, but I think the big problem with the Guardians of the Galaxy, the reason why that's upsetting so many people, is what they're doing is they're taking Tower of Terror and they're changing Tower of Terror into a Guardians of the Galaxy ride. And that offends a lot of people because they love Tower of Terror. They go, if you want to make a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, make a new one. Don't take something that already exists. It's like in
Well, yeah, but we're moving into Disney arguments now. the reason why they're doing that is because they don't own. This is my opinion, obviously, but I actually agree with Rob Plays. They're trying to get rid of all of the properties within Disney that are not Disney properties. The Twilight, they don't own the fucking Twilight.
They don't own Twilight Zone, yeah.
So they're changing it for that. And the thing is, the new Guardians of the Galaxy ride is actually supposed to be incredible. But what they've done is they've given it to an incredible group of people to make an incredible ride, which they can do, but they shouldn't have done it. You know,
yeah. The animatronics in it are fantastic. The Rocket Raccoon it's absolutely stunning. But still, it's a shame to get rid of Tower of Terror. But you're right; it's because of the Twilight Zone. They're trying to get rid of the Twilight Zone.
And they're doing the same thing, aren't they? They're moving Aerosmith's Rock and Roller Coaster in France. They're changing that to the Iron Man ride.
To Iron Man, yeah, and they've just got rid of the Cinemagique in Paris as well, because of course that had all clips from non-Disney movies like
that. Was amazing.
It was one of my favorite things in Paris, and they've got rid of it.
I went in that room the other day, and it's now backup dancers, a band, and Donald Duck singing Merry Christmas songs. Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a seasonal thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's not just happening at Disney parks. It was happening in Universal Studios the last time I went there. Like they'd got rid of Back to the Future, replaced it with The Simpsons, and
I wouldn't mind that. But The Simpsons they've made it a 3D ride, and Simpsons don't look good in like as CGI characters.
It was awful. It was absolutely bloody awful. And then they also got rid of
King Kong.
Yes.
They had to get rid of Jaws though. That was a fucking massive investment keeping that ride open.
Yeah, but it was still iconic, and I'm pretty sure they got rid of Twister when I went there as well.
Yeah, but get rid of. They shouldn't have fucking opened Twister. Twister was shit.
I loved Twister.
The movie was alright, but
sitting there getting soaked.
That big fucking cow never looked good.
Way too many minions in Universal.
Say that again, Larry.
I said, what Twister replaced something massive as well, if I recall.
I can't remember what it replaced, but I know they replaced fucking Confrontation with the Mummy Ride. And the Mummy Ride was good, but now they've got rid of that again.
They've got rid of the Mummy Ride?
Apparently. They used to have a Ghostbusters ride before they changed that for Men in Black. And oh my God, we've got to talk about Men in Black as well. But that's now gone.
So they'll put Ghostbusters back now because it's full of women instead.
No, but the biggest problem is they got. It might be the Mummy Ride that they got rid of. I can't remember. I think it might. Oh no, they got rid of. I think it was Earthquake, perhaps, and they've changed it for the shitty. From what I can see, I haven't read it, but the Fast and the Furious ride, which looks awful, really awful, and it could have been very good. That ride, that could have been.
It's kind of funny when you think they're getting rid of these rides because of feelings reasons, should we say?
Yeah.
But they don't sort of like change a theme or the change of a ride that actually had negative effects physically on people, such as the Smiler. It's kind of ironic, isn't it?
This really winds me up. This whole thing now where feelings are much more important.
Yeah.
In fact, they're just as important as empirical evidence.
No.
Winds me up.
I'm on the Stephen Fry playbook.
Excuse me, have any of you actually been discriminated against?
Yes, I did in school. In school, I was bullied in years 7 and 8. Well, first occasion was a boy in the playground told me I wasn't allowed to listen to Eminem because I was a PAKI.
Right. Okay.
And then I've had other issues. My dad's quite wealthy-ish for the area that we live in. So, and because he's Asian, I used to get bullied on that basis as well.
And it can never be easy being married to Top Hat. That's got to be.
Yeah, there's nothing about that.
When I was 8 years old, I was assaulted at a bus stop for being disabled. Okay?
Oh my God.
Right? I was also, when I was 11, I had the shit literally beaten out of me in a swimming pool changing room by some kids for being disabled. I also remember that occasion. What happened was, it was like a summer camp thing, and all the kids said to the supposed approved adult when he came into the training room was, "Oh, they slipped," and they believed him.
Yeah.
Right? So you talk about feelings. The whole thing is that it's about progression, right? You start calling people names, right? yeah, okay, sticks and stones may break your bones. But the thing is, some people don't, stop there. That's the problem.
I understand they don't stop there, Sophia. But what we're talking about is the fact that it's the past. Just because something was acceptable in the 50s, they shouldn't change it now because you may be upset about hearing it.
I would agree with that. I mean, I come from South Africa. I do not want people to forget apartheid for very good reasons. Okay?
And that's reversed.
And I would certainly not want that history to be rewritten.
No, but it's going to be repeated, though, isn't it?
This is what
obviously, I think everybody in this room, and hopefully others as well, would obviously not openly offend anybody. You know what I mean? No one would go out of their way to offend someone else in this room, without a doubt. But I mean, at the same time, if something we would have said 50 years ago in a movie, or something that was said 15 years ago in a movie, it may offend you nowadays.
I don't know if you have heard the story about when the Dam Busters is shown on American television.
With the dog.
I can't say the word, but the dog is
the
word.
Yeah.
And they edit that out.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, I agree with you, Dan. Yeah, of course, none of us are going to go out of their way to bloody upset people deliberately or anything like that.
No.
In polite conversation, and more so in a debate, I am not going to negate facts and negate language for the sense of political correctness.
No, if something's true, you should be able to say it. I think it's just nowadays. I think people are more aware of what is likely to upset somebody.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's it's a cumulative effect. So it's the straw that broke the camel's back. So it might be that you just make one slightly offensive joke that you didn't mean anything by it. But if somebody's been bullied about that their entire life, then saying that one little joke can be way more upsetting than you expect it to be.
That's very true. That's very true. But everybody is an individual, and everyone is not aware of everyone's internal thoughts.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And you can never be fully aware of that. So you can't preempt your own speech and the way you behave on the preemptive that you may or may not offend someone. I'm sorry, it's a case of get over it, because at the end of the day, you can't hold a conversation without the possibility of offence. Any conversation at all, whether it's about the weather, whether it's about anything. I was a bus driver for 6 years. I got abused endlessly. For being a bus driver. I got an Irish woman that came up to me once and called me an English faggot because because I'm pale skinned. And oh, by the way, I'm a white bloke. Maybe I don't get attacked on that manner. No, I'm sorry. In certain works I've been attacked on the fact that I am very pale and very red.
Society is moving forward in a way that it should be moving forward at the moment. So things that were frowned upon 50 years ago, like for example, homosexuality was frowned upon, but now. It doesn't stop you getting married. It doesn't stop you having children. It doesn't stop you having a job. It doesn't stop you. It doesn't stop you at all anymore. And no one cares about it anymore. It's accepted. It's fine. Everybody just gets on with it. No one minds anymore.
In the Western world, we do. In the Western world, majoritively, we do. It's just it's strange how the activist groups that want to defend against that kind of stuff, rightly so, don't attack the right sources, should we say.
Merry Christmas, everyone!
I'm going to have to open another Slopes beer.
You see, he's got the Slopes beers. Dan, you never sent me any.
No, he came to the event and bought one.
I paid for these. £3 each plus postage.
I've got a Squirtle drink.
Can I just
get a free one from Beer 52?
Can I just answer a point Nova made?
Yeah.
About people coming up to him. Look, no one should be rude to you for being white, but you have to understand some history here. Who's had the boot on the rest of the world for most of the last few hundred years?
No, I'm not going down that road. I'm sorry.
What, you're not gonna listen to the fact about colonization?
It depends on what country you're talking about, what era of time you're talking about, and things move and change.
As the host of this very happy Christmas stream. We're dangerously moving into an area which I would not like it to go. Let's just end it with the fact that no one wants to offend each other, and there's no point bringing up the past because no one here has done anything to offend any one of us intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Never at all.
So what we'll do is maybe not talk about that, and instead we can talk about something to do with retro gaming, perhaps, because we're all fucking losers in that regard.
That's very true.
You know, like
losers.
Yeah,
I think we've all. Sorry, go on.
That's one of the things I love about this community and about the YouTube people and about all the friends that I've met and all of you guys and all these other wonderful people. Is it's such a diverse group of people with so many different backgrounds and different looks and different everything else. But what brings us together is the fact that we love the same things and we've got gaming in common and we've got shared interests. You know.
Yeah. I love it. Diversity of thought is a major strength, Sam. I fully agree.
Yeah, I agree, and I think having differences is okay as long as people allow each other to have differences. But what we do have in common is we all love the games and we all love each other. There's so many friends in this group. I think it's really great.
I couldn't agree more.
And to end this stream on a high note, because we've talked about our Christmas past and our Christmas memories and all that sort of stuff. Let's talk about the Christmas future. Let's pretend this isn't Christmas Day, which it definitely is. Let's pretend it isn't Christmas Day and talk about what we want or we're hoping to get this Christmas. It doesn't have to be retro. Let's go down that route. I actually don't think I'm getting anything, even though I started that conversation. But I am hoping to get. Is it you got it, Larry? Didn't you? The Toki Let's Go Ape Spit.
What Mega Drive game?
No, the new one, the remake for the Switch.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it. Yeah.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Is the little arcade cabinet? Does it look quite good?
It's quite good. It's made out of wood as well, which I was quite surprised by. I thought
I thought it was going to be cardboard. Yeah.
And I've also got the new Monster Boy collector set coming as well.
Right.
Which should be nice. What about you, Lady Decade? What are you hoping for Christmas this year?
Oh God! Do you know I always have to tell Richard what to get me every single year because otherwise I won't get anything. But I can't think of anything. I was interested in the Witcher Tales game, the top-down perspective RPG. Only to chat to my local game, which isn't Game in Telford. I wish it was. And they've told me that it's digital download only, and so now I don't want it. Purely for the fact that I can't hold it in my hands. That's really, really pathetic of me, isn't it? I'm essentially going to miss out on this whole gaming experience because I refuse to have a digital download.
Surely you can get it on import though, can't you?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll have to.
Well, if you do, I think you should go to Play Asia and use the code SGR at the checkout if you spend £60.
Oh, okay. I'll show you what I got Richard for Christmas. Hang on. Because he asked for it. I had to get off Quang. So Quang's richer because of me. Hang on.
Wow, this is going to be something pretty impressive.
Is it a good kicking?
It's going to be a Gamecom, isn't it?
Oh, it's on the shelf, so it's nicely packaged. That's good. Oh, it's after Christmas, isn't it? He's already opened it. Sorry. What is it? What is it?
Right, here we go. We've got, can you see that? Last Bronx.
Ooh, fair enough.
We've got Fighters Mega Mix.
Also a good game.
AM2.
One of the best things about Fighters Mega Mix is as a hidden character you can unlock the car from Daytona.
You can.
And you can fight as the car from Daytona.
I've seen that online. We've got Dragon Force.
Oh,
fucking hell.
Really good.
And this one I've never heard of, but he wanted it.
This is not a small selection of games.
Like
Shining in the Dark, really good.
Yeah. I don't know that one.
It's the sequel to Shining in the Darkness on the Mega Drive. So it's an RPG.
Oh, I do know.
RPG in a dungeon crawler first person kind of style. It's really good.
And what about you, Samuel Victor? Are you getting much?
I'm certainly getting nothing this year because I don't know whether any of you have seen, but I've recently had a friend who came into some difficulty. So I've actually sold a lot of my games in order to give them some money to help support them.
Have you done well with that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've raised about $5,000 so far. I've literally sold like a huge amount of my collection.
Wow.
About $5,000 worth of stuff. And but I'm not saying that to get kudos. I'm just saying this year I've said I'm going to be doing a charity live stream or like a good cause live stream, and I'm like, don't buy me a present, just donate money to the live stream when I do it. So.
Oh, what a legend! What a legend! You got to top that, Odd Pod.
I wasn't saying it for kudos. I'm just saying I genuinely don't think I'm getting anything this year.
Odd Pod, what do you want for Christmas?
I really want a Vectrex, but I don't think Santa's going to bring me one, is he?
I don't think the elves still make those.
No, a bunch of friends bought me a load of things. I got a Roger Rabbit tie.
Obviously,
really cool. I got a Pokemon drink. I'm just going to put it in my collection.
Fair enough.
That's
What
really
flavour
cool.
is it?
Peach.
Disappointment.
It's Squirtle flavour.
A bunch of Roger Rabbit trading cards and a Back to the Future one as well.
I say he's got Squirtle, the most unpopular starter.
The best
Pokemon. Don't do that.
card.
He's got Squirtle tattoo. Is it a Squirtle tattoo you got, or a
Yeah,
Bulbasaur?
I've got it.
Yeah,
You
Squirtle
can kind
tattoo.
of see it there.
Hashtag Team Charmander.
Yeah, Charmander, yes.
Hey.
Got a Ghostbusters Japanese Stay Puft vinyl figure, but it's on display, so it's not in the box.
Charizard all the way.
But yeah, I want my Vectrex, but I'm not going to get one.
Fucking hell, you may have actually won. Larry, what do you want for Christmas, man?
What have I'm getting Forza Horizon 4 because I fancy playing that because it's set in Britain.
Nice.
And I've ordered The World Ends With You on the Switch.
Oh, yeah. That was a good 3DS game, wasn't it, originally? Oh, no, DS game, sorry.
A DS game, yeah.
Yeah, so I got that. Yeah, and I got a Dreamcast as well.
Have you? Wow.
Not bad addition, not bad. Did you ever go any further with collecting any of your what was the fucking arcade model of the Dreamcast or the Dreamcast
Naomi.
based on? Naomi stuff. Yeah, did you get any more of that?
I did not, no. But I bought some other arcade boards. I bought Tekken 2 and Puzznik.
Nice.
There you go. Your collection completely destroys us all.
And I got about 5 copies of Night Trap on the Switch as well.
I'm getting one of them sent to me. I should be getting one of them.
I might grab one of those off you, Larry, actually. Yeah, how much you want for it?
Thinking of buying stuff, a friend of mine has actually got a Capcom artwork book, which is about 25 years old, that I want.
Oh, wow.
And then Richard
I've got
said
a
to me, "You've got too
beautiful
many books."
SNK one. I've got a beautiful SNK visual history book from Bitmap, which is incredible. That's still in print. You should get that.
Oh,
It's
nice.
really, really
I
good.
love stuff like that.
Kim and Sophia, what gaming stuff do you want for Christmas?
Well, the Steam sale's just opened up.
Oh, dangerous.
I'm probably gonna. I've seen that. Then I really shouldn't because I do it every year. I buy the new WWE game and I don't like it, but it's 50% off. So
yeah.
Is anyone looking forward to the Witcher TV series on Netflix next?
Yes.
It does look good, doesn't it? Yeah.
No.
No?
No, from me as well.
No, I'm a bit obsessed with The Witcher at the moment. I'm getting my way through the books and everything.
Yeah.
Books are great.
Yeah,
my sister's obsessed with Witcher. Every time I say, "Oh, you should play this game," you want to play Witcher instead. Fuck off about the fucking Witcher.
I've already got my gaming Christmas present for this year.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry to make your puke like that.
Is there any Amstrad stuff that you don't own yet? Still,
Loads. But I don't ask people to get me them because they don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So I don't go when I ask people when they say, "Oh, what do you want for Christmas or anything?" I don't say like any retro stuff because it's quite specific, isn't it? So
yeah, it is. Yeah.
I don't want them to waste their money and get something that I don't want or anything else. So I'd rather just say anything modern. So when it comes to modern stuff, any decent PS4 games I'm after, I might mention. For instance, I mentioned to my brother that I wouldn't mind Monster Hunter World, for instance. And of course, I'm still trying to get my full Wii U collection, which I know, Chloe, your husband would really like.
Oh,
yeah.
we love the. To be fair, I absolutely love the Wii U as well.
I'm a massive fan of the Wii U. The Wii U is so underrated.
I am too. I love the thing.
Yeah.
Love
Do you know what?
It's one of my favorite consoles.
And I'm trying to get a full complete set. So obviously, I took the opportunity at Christmas to ask for some of the more obscure titles, such as Maiden of the Dark Water.
I was going to say Maiden of Black Water is incredible.
Maiden of Black Water.
So good.
That Super Luigi U is a rare one now.
Yeah, in the green box.
Yeah, in the green box.
Oh, I literally bought a copy of Top Hat. So.
Oh, did you?
Oh, that's where it went.
You've
got to if you haven't already, and you might laugh at me, but it's my favourite game on the Wii U, Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Oh, I've got that. Yeah, I've got that.
It's really good.
Love it.
Yeah, I've got that. It's up there somewhere. I've also got that One Piece Unlimited World Red as well. But I think what I'm getting, because of the size of the package underneath the tree, I think, and I'm really happy about it, is Guitar Hero Live.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm actually really happy with that because it's one of the ones that I wanted, and it's one of those sort of box ones that, as a set, is kind of just a tricky one to get hold of. So that, and of course, you got all the Disney. What are the Disney ones called, Sam?
Skylanders.
Skylanders.
Disney Infinity.
Disney Infinity.
I've got a full set of every Disney Infinity figure. That's one of the few things I didn't sell because I like just playing them. I like having them out.
That's right, and they're the things I want to get for the Wii U because I want a full. I don't know whether you guys know Finn Gamer on YouTube, because he has got a full set, a full power set of Wii U, and I thought I want that. I really do want that. So when it comes to modern gaming, I want the full Wii U set.
The Disney Infinity games are surprisingly good. Like, you'd expect them to be rubbish, but there's actually some really good packs for them. The Pirates of the Caribbean game is stunning.
I think there's an interesting video there about the rise and fall of that, because that was like the death of them a little bit, wasn't it? You know, I think it's quite
So, out of interest, do you have any of the Disney Infinity?
No, I've played them, but I want to start getting them because I think it'll be good for my son.
I'm going to send you some because I purposely, because I know you're really into Disney, I was going to send you like a little care package, and then I saw somewhere they were selling like loads of cheap ones, so I actually bought a set and a load of figures, a load of games. So I'll send them to you, man.
Fucking hell,
that's might be the nicest person on the planet.
A little example. This is how you know I've got two daughters as well. You've got that lot there.
Fucking
oh God.
I can't believe they're still releasing them to this day, and on the original Wii as well. They're still releasing again the original Wii.
Just Dance 4 was the first one to come out for the Wii U, and they come all the way up to this, and then you get 2019, which has just come out.
But 2019 has just come out on the original Wii as well.
Yes, as well. Yeah,
incredible.
Did it come out on the Wii U as well?
It will. Yeah, it's come out on the Wii U as well.
On both, yeah.
And I will get that as well. Apart from 1, 2, and 3, I've got the entire Just Dance library.
I actually really like the Sky Soldier game that everyone else seemed to hate. I
Look
at this.
I once bought that by mistake for Richard, and he got angry with me about it.
This one, Rodea.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Rodea, yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I've got it down there.
I've got it behind me somewhere.
I'm one of the few people who like Star Fox Zero as well.
I've got that.
I know loads of people hate that, but I love it.
This is the limited edition Rodea, the Sky Soldier as well. So.
I mean, my favourite game ever is Knights on the Saturn, so it's kind of the spiritual sequel to that in a way, the Rodea.
Rodea is Rodea is based off
Yeah.
Everyone hold up their Rodea copies.
I don't have it. I just have a skull. I'm sorry.
Have you got this one? Nova Bug.
Oh, that's the big Bayonetta.
Oh yeah, hang on.
He's going to show me the
Bayonetta there, and then there's a big one.
Dan.
Yeah.
The box, the outer box is actually in the bug loft, but I've got the discs here.
Yeah.
Right.
But I've got the outer box. The outer box is upstairs in the bug loft.
But I think I'm the opposite way around. I've got the outer box, but I think my sister's still got the original games.
There's 2 box copies of it. There's one with a little box, and there's one with the massive box. That's the massive.
Yeah,
box.
I swapped my little box for this one with a retro game shop and a little bit of money. I haven't got the games inside. My sister's taken them. Yeah,
it's really nice.
I've still never played Bayonetta 2.
Oh no, I tried it and I couldn't get into it. Whereas I finished the first one.
The first one is one of my. Oh, I love that game so much on 360.
It's quite similar to Devil May Cry, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
yeah,
yeah,
don't
same
keep
guy.
your amiibos
Devil May
in
Cry,
the
but with,
box.
you know, loads of sexism.
You know what, Dante from Devil May Cry, I think it was the second one, you know, where she chucks the motorbike at him in the opening cutscene.
Yeah.
That someone said to me, who was my oh no, that's what, when I was being interviewed for Game Station, they said to me, who if I could meet any game character, who would it be? And I think my answer had been Dante from Devil May Cry, because he's the sexiest computer game character I've ever seen. I got the job based on that. That just shows you the selection of people they had in Clacton-on-Sea.
Bayonetta 2 is interesting because obviously it was a Nintendo exclusive, and if you go into the options, you can switch the character to be in all these like weird, kinky Nintendo costumes. So you can be like a sexy Princess Peach or a sexy Princess Zelda. And there's
But I'll say it again, don't tell Anita Sarkeesian about this, because feminist frequency will be all over that.
Lady Decade, I feel like someone else might be rubbing off on you there a little bit. But
she's married to him.
That's why they got married.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was dead anyway.
Wouldn't Nintendo have a bit of a problem about people dressing up in costumes of their IP? You know?
Well, they actually licensed the game, and I don't know whether you played it, but it's a very sexual game. The camera is constantly going up her skirt, it's constantly going down.
He's talking about real life, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, they try and claim, you know, copyright infringement upon everything else. So why not people who get fetishes from you know, dressing up as Nintendo characters?
Bowsette.
Oh, Bowsette.
Bowsette. Yeah. There's so many Bowsette cosplays at Comic-Con and stuff. Yeah.
The thing is, though, if we're going to get into that territory, then you're going to get into Star Fox, and you're going to get into furries, and then you're going to start seeing pictures of Star Fox and Grey Wolf, or whatever his name is, having a good old snug up with each other.
Down to GIF.
He was from Metal Gear Solid, wasn't he? Grey Wolf.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We can have crossovers.
Yet again.
Crossovers and cross species.
I think that isn't that what being fairy's all about?
I think so.
There we go.
Yeah.
We live in a liberal world.
There was a cartoon. There was a cartoon doing the rounds the other day with all the Mario sprites, and like Mario's in his Tanuki suit, and then he bumps into a Goomba, and the Goomba's got like cat ears and a tail, and he's like, he thinks he's a furry, and he's asking him if he wants the yip. And Mario's like, no, I wear the suit so I can fly, and he's like, yeah, of course you do, that's what I know. And then Luigi turns up in the frog suit, and he's like, oh, Mario, what are you doing here?
Always the underdog. He's always playing second fiddle, getting sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get sloppier than a frog, could you?
Wow. I tell you what, I watched,
it gets worse.
I watched the Down the Rabbit Hole guy, his little documentary thingy on furries. And they spoke about how Animal Olympics, which is this old, like, you probably know it, don't you, Oddpod?
Yeah.
You must know it.
Oh, yeah, the cartoon.
Yeah.
Like
They're saying that was one of the big, the big the movies that really like pushed the whole furry movement. And I was like, I fucking love that movie.
Really?
That was well
Yeah.
good.
Didn't think that pushed the furry. Hey, everybody, I'm King Hacksaw.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. And the music was so fucking good in that movie.
Brilliant. That's an epic film. It was German as well.
Yeah, it was.
I'm really into a lot of cartoon things and a lot of puppet things, and I love like anthropomorphic animals and stuff. Like I grew up on Ninja Turtles and stuff, obviously. So for me, like that kind of thing is really cool. And the whole furry scene thing. I mean, sure, I'm not kink shaming. Whatever you're into, if you're into it, that's fine. But it's very hard nowadays to say that you're into one of these things without people going, "Oh yeah, are you?" And I'm like, I don't want to fuck the biker mice from Mars.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? That's not why I like it.
Yeah. Gobo was red, but I don't want to screw him.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can almost put like a completely different spin on the Muppets with it all as well, couldn't you? You can touch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, we're not going to go down the Miss Piggy road then.
Oh God!
And that's where this Christmas tree.
And on that bombshell.
What's green that smells of pork?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, Kermit's
I
finger.
was at the breakfast table this morning.
So with that, how do you end the stream after that, eh? How do you do it? But we're going to try anyway, guys. I think this is probably going to be the end of the Retrounlim Christmas special. I'm sorry for us completely destroying your Christmas, but hey, we destroyed ours for your displeasure. So you know,
What happened to Harry
hey,
Yak?
he was going to be coming on. He wasn't exactly feeling too well. So all of our Christmas spirit and our love and our thoughts go out to him.
I left Harry.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hope you're feeling good, buddy, and I hope you enjoyed us rambling absolute tosh, which is pretty much what this stream always is about. You know, absolutely.
I think we put the world to rights tonight, haven't we?
Yes, absolutely. So for me, it's a Merry Christmas to everyone watching, and I'll go around. Novabug, got anything to say?
Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you have a good year 2019. I'm hopefully going to be trying progressing the channel, for want of a better word. I've got 2 new shows I've planned this year. One obviously based around Amstrad and Spectrum, of all things, which is going to be like a podcast style, and another show that I like to call Games 101. So that's coming up. Hopefully it will be pushing the channel on a little bit more to maybe get above the 2,200 whatever I've got at the moment.
You want to do a show where you play Amstrad games on a green screen monitor?
I already do that. Funnily enough, I already do that, and lots of people seem to like that. So, well, a few people. Anyway,
it's Kermit's favourite.
Oh, thank you. I'm very niche. I know Sam's a fan.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm a patron.
What about you, Sam? What you got coming up, buddy?
Me, I have many things coming up. I've got my next. I'm doing like a holiday special. I thought I'm not going to release it for Christmas Day because everything's coming out on Christmas Day. But sometime between Christmas and New Year, there's a holiday special with many people in it, including Kim makes a very brief guest appearance, as does Stuart Ashton's Octavius Kitten, etc., etc. My next main episode is Octavius Kitten, Teddy Rubskin, and the Funhouse Twins. And then after that, I've got a Sonic documentary, which I think every single person in this stream and in this show is in my Sonic documentary. So thank you so much, guys, for being in it, which is awesome. And loads of great other people as well who are, not here today, but we all love them, like, Ashens and Biffo and Octavius and Nostalgia Nerd, and basically what is being referred to online as the YouTube circle jerk in Mr. Biffo.
I'm very happy to be
I'm very, very happy to be a part of that. Yeah. So I'm very lucky that so many amazing people are working with me, because my channel is tiny and it's only just started, but everybody's been so welcoming, and thank you. I love you all. You're all amazing.
Absolutely. And guys, you're always invited around my house for a good soggy biscuit. What about you, Kim?
Me? What have I got coming up? One video's released this year. I'm sure there'll be plenty more weird videos about old TV shows. I'm working on quite a big one, which is going to be about Elite.
Yes.
That's something that I'm working on, which will be out early in the new year, I'm hoping. Sometime, not straight away in the new year, but at some point. The game. And yeah, that's the big one, I guess. And there'll probably be some absolute weirdness aside from that, and more streams and all of that.
And what about the Kim and Sophia channel?
Yeah.
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody, Happy Yule, and Happy Hanukkah to all.
Happy holidays.
Yeah,
Happy holidays. That's what Santa Claus said.
I send everybody Happy Holidays cards because it's like the least religious thing. It's just like, yeah, whatever you're celebrating, have fun,
That's what Santa Claus said at Disneyland. Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Happy Winterville. It's the day that Father Christmas was born. That's what we're celebrating.
Yes,
I think, isn't it?
Capitalism.
Something like that. So yes, absolutely. What about you, Odd Pod? What's happening on your channel of toys?
I've got loads of things planned. I'm currently working on a review of the movie Jingle All the Way, which a few of you are going to be in. And after that, oh, geez, so many things. One of the big ones is going to be a review of the RoboCop cartoon from the 80s.
Oh wow!
That should be it's going to be fun to make.
That's niche. That's niche.
Yeah, I'm going to have to buy a lot of tinfoil for the costume that I'm going to be making. So that's going to be fun. But yeah, just loads of stuff got planned. Many notes written down for videos and things and topics and collaborations and all sorts of things.
That's the thing, isn't it? And my Google Drive folder is just full of like half-written scripts.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And what about Lady Decade? What's Lady Decade got on the cards?
At the moment, I'm just sort of taking it week by week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally taking it week by week. So I have got a video that I'm trying to work on, but I'm a bit worried I'm not going to make it for Sunday. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm literally just having to do it week by week at the moment because at the moment I'm just trying to build it all up.
Absolutely.
The quality, can I just say, the quality so far has been outstanding, though. The videos that you've uploaded so far.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It's almost as if you've had experience editing somebody else's channel.
Yeah, it's almost as if you've been
Really,
editing
really
somebody else's channel for years, yeah.
I've been taught well.
Well, the debut Golden Axe one was excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
To a good start. 784 subscribers.
Oh.
That's bad. Not
Not
bad.
bad. That's not bad.
Do you think we're going to get to 1,000 by New Year's?
Probably not. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. It would really make my year.
I'm sure a little bit of social media, a little bit of a social media presence wouldn't be too hard to knock that up.
Yeah, hopefully by the time this video comes out, everyone will go and follow. Yeah. And Dan, and me, and Novaberg, and Zypher. We all need more subs. So
all in.
So I think me. I started writing my next complete history and my next kick scammer video. But then I realised that the 100K is coming a lot quicker. Again, pretending this is the 21st. Coming a lot quicker than expected, to the point where I'm actually scared to go to bed because I've just looked and I've gone up 60 subscribers since we've started this podcast, and I lost 20 at the beginning, so I've probably gone up about 50. So I'm looking at 99,840, and I'm like, if I go to bed, I might miss it. So do I kill myself for tomorrow?
I've got up one since we started this podcast.
It's like crazy. I think it's because I'm at that point where, but I got a little badge on my social blade that says that I'm a page that is an extreme hotness or something. What do they call it?
I have never been described as extremely hot.
This user is extremely popular. The social blade is visited by an extreme amount of users because I'm right at that close bit. Loads of people are seeing if I pop over. And obviously I'm on it all the fucking time as well. So I might not go to bed tonight.
So yeah, subscribe to Daniel. He's so hot right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're missing out if you're not.
Absolutely.
No irony in that one.
Guys, absolutely. I think we need to end it here. How would Yak end it except for going, everybody.
You sounded like Arnold in Jingle All the Way there.
That's right. We did. You didn't we, Larry? I can't remember. It doesn't matter anyway. Guys, this is the end of the stream.
Yeah, he's got enough subs.
Have a great Christmas or whatever it is you celebrate, and hopefully the Retrounlim podcast will be coming back more frequently, and hopefully you will be seeing a lot more of Harry Yak, the true original presenter of this fantastic channel. Don't subscribe to us and me because I need to hit 100K. Subscribe to the rest. Go and check out Retrounlim because there are a lot of incredible channels on there. And big thanks to everyone, including Steve as well. So.
Yeah, cut Steve.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. I'm going to stop the broadcast and let someone else edit this bad boy together. Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Shimmery timbers, what a wonderful bollocks. I've never seen such state in all my life. I'm going back to me grog.